And we welcome you to the middle of the week. Wednesday, as it were. Crisello. Tony Gwynn Jr. continuing his All-Star break. And Matt Skraby alongside. It's Gwynn and Chris from now until 6 o'clock. Should be another fun afternoon here on San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. And today we begin the show actually on the YouTube chat. We got on time today, Skraby.
Well, I'm always on time.
Bit of a get out of here. You are
I am.
You spent half the time you pressed the wrong buttons.
No, my camera feeds the audio. You have to be on.
You're never on.
I'm always on.
Anyway, we're both here and glad you're with us today. We've got a lot of fun stuff lined up. Of course, Padres are one day closer now, I guess, to the start of the second half of the season. And if you may not have heard, the Padres have just announced. No, they didn't trade for somebody. The Padres have just announced. No, they're not bringing up. They're not bringing up Ethan Salas.
He's hurt, so that would.
He's hurt.
That would
anyway.
be a good thing.
I didn't even know. No, the Padres have just announced their pitching rotation to start the second half of the season. And so it is Friday in Washington, D.C., returning to the site of his no-hitter last July. It will be Dylan Cease who kicks off the second half of the season for the Friars, followed by, is it Darvish Pivetta or the other way around?
It is Darvish Pivetta.
Darvish on Saturday, Pivetta on Sunday. So Padres have set their rotation to begin things. I imagine the club will leave for Washington, D.C. tomorrow morning. And as we discussed yesterday, guys like Manny Machado and Fernando will either fly private jets all over the country or they will just head straight from Atlanta up to Washington, D.C. But that's Friday, Padre baseball here on 97.3 The Fan. Until then, we have a little time to kick around the All-Star game last night, Skraby. And I was trying to think of you and your Helen Dell on the stadium organ.
Dell.
You don't know who Helen Dell is.
I don't.
When I was growing up, man, that was a big thing at Dodger Stadium.
This reminds me of the All-Star game.
No, this reminds me of like you talk about me and Strasburg ready to go. Yeah, this reminds me of like 1940s baseball. But yeah, no, at Dodger Stadium, the great voice, the PA voice of the Dodgers was a guy named John Ramsey. He had the greatest, deepest voice of all time, and he was not only the PA voice of the Dodgers, but he did the Rams, he did the Lakers, he did USC, and he did UCLA. He was the PA broadcaster for all of them, and he used to always say, time now to between innings, he'd give you the old announcement, time now to listen to Helen Dell on the Dodgers Stadium organ. And then she'd play something kind of boring like this or whatever, So
this is All-Star game.
Helen Dell was, I bet you Helen Dell, I think, was 80 years old in like the 1970s. And in the 80s and in the 90s.
She just never aged.
She just never aged. Yeah, it was like,
if you're an organ player, right. I guess you can't age.
We're just going to Helen, and she's going to be there. For all I know, Dodger fans, help me out here. Helen Dell might still be the organ player at Dodger Stadium. I'm not sure. But anyway, I was trying to think of something, some quip to open the show today and say how you and I were not going to actually do a radio show today. We were going to do something which is the radio version of a swing off.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't think of anything, that fit.
Well, we do have a bat in here.
What would be the talk show version of deciding an all-star game with a home run contest rather than actually deciding a game by playing the game?
Maybe
you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe like a final statement on a topic.
Hey, I didn't really have something that worked there. So did I like I'll ask you first. The swing off. I will tell you that, first of all, as I watched the game, and you know me, I watched it later in the evening on DVR.
Boo.
No way I was devoting 3.5 full hours to an exhibition game, but I did want to watch. And yeah, I probably deserve that, but I don't mind. That's just kind of the way I watch games. And
I know it is.
Yeah, we've already come to this.
The only
discussion.
time it's good is when the Aztecs are getting beat by 40 against North Carolina, and Chris has no idea. That's when I'm like, he's going to get home at midnight. He's going to sit down. He's going to be all excited
and then watch it. But again, even when that happens, I have the ability to just say bleep it and fast forward through the end of the game.
That's
so
true.
I still didn't donate 2.5 hours to something that I don't want to see.
That's a good point. So
there's that advantage. But I was watching, obviously, like everyone else, and they got to, I don't know, it was the bottom of the 8th inning or something like that. The National League was winning at the time, I believe, still 6-4, 6-3.
6-4.
Okay, and they showed a shot of Pete Alonso on the cage cam.
Yeah.
They actually called it the cage cam.
I like that.
And Pete Alonso's down there taking swings, and I'm like, the hell is he doing?
He's just getting his work in.
I had no idea. I'm like, what is he doing? Why in the world? He played in the game, and now I know the second half starts Friday, but does he really need some extra swings before he gets on the plane?
He's just
for
a
the
baseball
next game?
player, man.
Right. What a dedicated guy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the All-Star game. Pete Alonso's so dedicated. He's down there in the cage taking swings. I didn't understand.
Hey, at least he stuck around till the end of the game.
Yeah, right. There was probably some players they couldn't even choose from because they weren't even there.
The rule was that they had to choose on Monday who was going to go.
Did.
Yes.
Oh,
so they already knew the lineups.
They already knew who the 3 guys were. See, I'll be honest with you, and I'm supposed to know, I guess, this stuff, but I had no idea that the game was going to be decided with a home run contest.
I did not either.
None whatsoever. And when the American League tied the game in the top of the 9th, my first thought was, well, Fernando's coming up in the bottom of the 9th. Maybe he can win the game and be the hero. Everybody else was thinking, gee, I hope the National League gets out in the bottom of the 9th so we can have a home run contest. I didn't know that was happening. And when the game ended, and Braden just told me that I guess they put this rule in like 3 years ago.
We've talked about it, but
I never thought about it again. So I didn't even know.
Yeah, we talked about it, but I thought the same thing. I was like, who's going to pitch for this? For this?
I knew there was
the rest of the game.
Well, I knew there was a couple of pitchers available. I know Josh Hader didn't pitch, and some other guys. But when the game actually ended, I saw they showed Aaron Boone walking down the dugout there, out in front of the dugout, and he held up 3 fingers.
Yeah.
And I thought he was like, does anybody want to go pitch, or do I have anybody left? I didn't know what he was actually doing, but he was signaling, hey, I need those 3 guys who were going to do the home run contest. And so they went into the home run contest. And my first thought, I'm an old, get off my lawn guy. I go, this is ridiculous. They're really going to do this? But I loved it. I got to be honest with you. I loved it. How could you not love it? It was great. It was great theater. The great thing about it was that Brent Rooker hit a couple of home runs.
He did, yeah.
And then Stowers hit one.
Real quick on Stowers.
The next guy hit, you know what I mean? Everybody did something. And then, Schwarber, it was pretty impressive. I got to say, I don't care if they're underhanding the ball to you. To on command, be able to hit 3 straight home runs like that, you got to tip your cap. I mean, not surprised. We've seen Schwarber do this a million times, but it was fun. The only thing that I missed out on was I thought it was a bit of a dud of a finish because the Tampa Bay player, Aranda, yeah, his last swing, he popped out to like shortstop.
Yeah, it was over.
And it was hilarious because he swings. You see the the batting practice pitcher for the American League was throwing the ball. He turns around like, is that going out? And you can see Aranda going, is that going out? And you're sitting here going, that's not even going to get out of the infield.
I know. Joe Davis was like,
right.
And it's going towards, I'm like, it was middle of the outfield.
Right. It was such a dud to me to have it end with a ball plopping into left field.
Yeah.
So that was the only negative. It would have been much better if Aranda could have got at least 1 home run.
If you're going to have 3 guys go, have 3 guys go and see what the score is.
Oh, well, that would have been silly to have Pete Alonso come up at that point and take 3 swings.
But I wanted to see Pete Alonso.
Well, it would have been more exciting, obviously, if it had ended with him hitting a home run.
Stowers should have been third.
Rather than the other guy. But, look, it was great theater. Theater. I enjoyed it. And I hope I don't ever see it again until maybe the next All-Star game. Don't even... Please don't put this in the regular season. Don't think that this is so good now that we need to have it in a regular season game.
We're going to have to talk about this at some point because there are some prominent writers out there who are saying certain things that that it's coming to the game, but it wouldn't be the worst thing.
Here's why. I'm going to tell you why I don't like it based on some actual stuff rather than just I don't like it. Here's one of the things I don't care for. And maybe I'm going to read too much into this, but if you are going to start deciding games with a home run contest like that, I'm not even that worried about that each team could find 3 guys to swing.
Yeah.
But who has the best batting practice pitcher to lay the ball right in there? I mean, you could see every single player was, like a Rosarena came up. He didn't know the guy who was even throwing. It was a Yankee coach, right? Yeah. And he kind of looked at him. He said, "Hey, throw a few in here." And, and the guy was like, "Are you ready?" And the Rosarena, "Yeah, just throw it in here. I want to see it." And even the last guy, he took 10 pitches.
He did.
So you'd have to start maybe putting some rules in like that.
Maybe a pitching machine.
Here you go. Because should the team that has the best batting practice pitcher start winning games? For counting into the standings,
that's an interesting way.
That's my way of looking at it. To me, you've got to have a great batting practice pitcher can just toss it in there for these guys to hit it out of the ballpark. I don't think it's going to make it in my lifetime. It might make it in yours, but I really, you think baseball? I mean, look, hockey decides with a shootout. It's exciting.
Soccer does too sometimes.
Soccer, I hate it. I've never liked watching soccer hours. Nobody scores a goal. And then all of a sudden, 9 balls go into the back of the net and the goalie has no chance to stop them. But I don't think it's the way. And I hope baseball doesn't do it. I'm not ready to commit to that.
Can I tell you one thing? Stowers, he was selected because Eugenio Suarez got hit by the pitch. And
he was a replacement.
That's why
guy.
Dave Roberts goes, he just found out right now he's the guy. And then Stowers, I thought it was hilarious when they interviewed him, and he was like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah,
I didn't know this was happening.
Interview. Yeah,
it was really funny.
I fast forwarded through some of those. I don't like the on-field interviews in general, but anyway, I liked it. Okay, so if you're wondering, did I like it? I loved it. I really did. But I if you think it's going to be exciting, like 4 times a night, I don't know that that's the answer for you. Like if every single game that goes into extra innings, you're going to have like 300 of these things or by the end of the season, it's going to lose
how about
a lot of excitement. I get it. If you were at Petco Park and the top of the 9th inning, it's tied, and you're thinking, all right, time to go. We got to beat the traffic. But there's a home run contest. You might stay. So I see that thinking. But again, are you going to stay? You'll stay in April. Are you going to stay in August when it's the 21st time that year that they're doing it?
Yeah, I do think that the novelty wears off after a little bit.
Probably will.
But what about this? And I know we need to go to break, but at this point, we got to go to 17 or 18.
Okay.
What if they did 12 innings of a regular season game and they had the ghost runner, so it helps them try to get a run on the board, and then you go to the swing off. Now, I'm not a fan of putting this in the regular season. I don't think this is a way you should be deciding Major League Baseball games,
right? Because
forever it's been the way it is, and I know that change can happen, but this is totally changing everything. And I know the ghost runner did, and I know that people weren't happy about that, but I don't mind it. I mean, no. I don't need to see these guys go 18 innings.
I think the notion of the ghost runner and the notion the baseball was putting in there is the fact that it's going to even out over a season. Like most teams, if you play 10 extra inning games, your record is going to be 6-4, 5-5, 4-6. It's going to pretty much even out. I wonder, and again, this is really, going on to the future, but if they did go with the home run contest, let's just say, would the Yankees be 11-0 and would the Blue Jays be 0-11? And is that fair? And I'm just using those 2 teams as example.
I know.
You could find a team that had 3 Schwarbers on it, and they would start playing for extra innings Like they wouldn't even necessarily need to try to win the game per se, right? They would just say, well, let's get to extra innings because I got 3 Schwarbers coming up.
That's true.
I'm probably going to win the contest.
So
I don't know that that's what you want. Those are some of the quirks and the problems I have with committing to it.
I don't think they're going to.
This is the way baseball games should be decided.
The only thing that makes me nervous is that Rob Manfred is the guy who's like, everybody loves this. We need to put this in the game right now.
Hey,
everybody, if you want to swing off.
It was a great show. I want to see Corey Seager hitting the contest.
In the Big Five, I'm going to ask you, which 3 Padres are you choosing in your swing?
You're going to wait till the Big Five?
Yeah, we got to wait till the Big Five.
Luis Campusano's probably not going to be considered.
Oh, he got optioned.
He got sent to the minor leagues again today. But anyway, all right, we got to move along here a little bit. But we're underway. We'll talk more about the All-Star game. There's a couple of other things in the All-Star game that I really liked. I thought there were some really good moments last night. It wasn't just the home run hitting contest, although that's everything everyone will remember. Talk about the Padres performance. We'll talk about some other things. And coming up on the show, along with a visit from Kirk Kenney, who is at the Mountain West Conference Football Media Days in Las Vegas. So we'll get the latest on the Aztecs there. Yeah, right. Let's find out how awkward it is. Because remember, the Aztecs are leaving the conference.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, UNLV, they're staying in among other teams. So, yeah, we'll check in on that. Both Skraby and I, as the show goes along today, we're going to do our 3 predictions. 3 things that we think will happen in the second half for the Padres, and 3 things we think will happen in the second half in Major League Baseball. So we'll get to that and all the other things going on a middle of the week get together. I also invite everybody, since I have an extra second here, stay tuned more than usual for the first break here. I have something new that I'm going to be reading to all of you. It's important, number one. But I know you've heard me talk about SD fat loss. You've heard me talk about Spiros.
I've heard you talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say that correctly. We have something new to discuss. So stick around. The debut read of our new sponsor.
Nice.
Coming up here in just a moment as Gwynn and Chris is underway.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system, and
Skraby, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask. But no, we're supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well, why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my goodness.
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names. No. But I walked in, I got called into the office, and I sat down, and all my boss, I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew.
Said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. Damn. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God. I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, they was like, yeah, that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're going to take him down.
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble, or was that it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. Been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh, yeah, you're not that bad.
Not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under
I
these
don't think we can
circumstances?
anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
No, Skraby, we didn't. We didn't do it.
Really?
okay.
Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information? That's unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got in
Only
trouble.
for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious, Skraby.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, you know, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in
hundreds, and he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out, and then he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it out.
He's trying to
and then
what did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing?" I asked for 20s. And I'm like, what? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro. Yeah. I had to go to the vault to get those 50s. And as I was getting all mad and talking to my boss, he took the cash off the counter and put it into this folder that he had on the thing that
the original 5,000 in hundreds.
Yeah, well, he kept going like that, and then I was so mad, I just grabbed it and I threw it in my drawer. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he walked out. And then at the end of the day, $3,000.
He got an extra 3 on you.
$3,000. Yeah, he got $3,000.
The thing about criminals like that, they can sniff out a mark really easy.
I'm not a mark.
You are 1,000%.
I was actually the bank's
dog. They got you for 3 extra.
And that's the only time in my 8 years that I ever had anything happen like that.
I'm sure there are people who've been there 8 years that never had 0 taken.
Scrape, I got a 20 here. Can I get 5 5s, please?
I hate you guys.
Let's get to
that was one of the worst moments of my life. But you know what? It taught me a lot. Never trust anyone ever again.
You know what? You definitely have learned because you don't trust very many people.
I don't trust anyone anymore.
You are.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system, and
Skraby, what is wrong with you?
Aranda. He's in my crosshairs today.
He's on my fantasy team.
He's not on mine, and but he cost me last night.
Did you have a huge bet on this thing or something?
I'll tell you what happened. First of all, Jonathan Aranda, congrats to both he and Alejandro Kirk. They're both from Tijuana. They're local guys from there who made it not just to the big leagues, but made it to the All-Star game. So impressive and congrats. And I know that baseball fans just south of the border were probably quite excited to see both guys in the All-Star game. And, of course, Aranda comes up there, and he needs to hit 1 home run, at least, to extend the home run contest. And I have another question, by the way.
Okay, I'll do my best to answer.
What if he had hit one and tied it, and then that ended up tied? What would they do then?
I don't think they thought that far. I would assume it's another. Maybe it's a distance.
Right? Did they take the longest home run again, like
maybe
they
do
did in
that.
the real contest?
I've read a ton of articles about
and
this.
Nobody's mentioned.
I
that
have
yet?
not seen that once.
Right. So okay.
I don't even think they thought this game was going to end up in a swing off because the American League was down 2 runs Unfortunately, we're watching it here. When Robert Suarez came out, I got nervous for some reason. I was like, please don't make this a long inning.
Well, your guy Bobby Witt hurt him with that double down the
It's
the
also an all-star
there.
game, so you're facing the best of the best of the best.
Sure you are.
So.
And but anyway, yeah, Suarez gets a blown save. Morejon gave up 2 runs, so that kind of thing. But here's what cost me with Aranda. We do something in our fantasy baseball league that I think's kind of fun.
Your fantasy baseball league is wacky.
Well, I'm the one who brought this up many years ago, and it was voted through. If one of your players, and the National League would have to win the game, so it hasn't come into play very much recently because we have an all-National League fantasy league. But if your player's named MVP of the All-Star game, you get $100 out of the pool.
Whoa.
Just get $100. And so it's kind of it's a totally arbitrary thing, but to me, it adds a little flavor to watching the All-Star game.
It definitely does.
Okay. Well, I have Pete Alonso on my team. If Aranda would have hit one and tied it up, Pete Alonso would have come up. He probably would have hit one. Then he would have been the MVP.
No, Kyle Schwarber.
No way.
Kyle Schwarber hit 3 of 3.
But Alonso hits one, and you add it to his 3-run home run during the game.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you're right.
Alonso would have been the MVP. So when Aranda comes up, I'm sitting there like, come on, get one at least. And then I would have probably had the $100.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
So, Aranda, you owe me $100 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to sit down and write a dirty email like a lot of people would do.
I think you need to
mean?
get in his DMs and tell him he's a horrible human being.
You idiot. Yeah. Did you know?
Yeah, I hope you never play baseball again.
Yeah, you cost me.
I want my $100.
Yeah, well, first of all, I thought I had it because when Alonso hit the 3-run home run, I'm like, oh, that's it. He's the MVP.
Yep.
And then, of course, the game ended up changing around and get tied. And then when they went to the home run thing and I saw that he was last, I'm like, wow, this might actually work in my favor.
That could work in your favor.
But he never got the hit.
I thought you were going to say something like, if they hit a home run during the All-Star game, then you get a home run to start the week or something.
Yeah.
But no, you had money on the line.
I would have got $100. Instead, the guy who owns Kyle Schwarber ended up with $100. So
I don't like that.
I like it.
Do you like the guy who has Kyle Schwarber in your league?
I don't even know who has him.
Oh.
So I know it wasn't me. I just know I didn't win. Somebody else will get the $100 at the end of the season. So anyway, fun, crazy stuff.
That's a nice wrinkle.
And this is fair. CBSSports.com, and we'll ponder this as we go to our first break. But if you're going to do this, you're going to do the home run thing. How do you not put Judge in? How do you not put Shohei in?
Because
how do
left.
you not put Cal Raleigh in?
Cal Raleigh was out of the game for 90 minutes, and they didn't think it was good to get him back warm.
But you said that they decided the people 6 days ago.
No, they decided him on Monday. But,
okay,
but
so Aaron Judge
and
wasn't
Shohei
even in the running for it.
No,
then.
He was already in his street clothes being interviewed before the game was even over.
Yeah, well, he could have stayed in his uniform since he was there.
Oh, I'm with you.
And then been in the home run contest.
I'm with you, Shohei Ohtani too. But Dave Roberts was like, no, Shohei was long gone by that point.
No,
I get it, but I don't.
That's not a fair complaint, though.
That's a fair complaint.
You get to the home run like Schwarber and Alonso. To me, with all due respect to the other 4 guys, Alonso and Schwarber were the only 2 true home run hitters that were in this thing.
Totally. I agree with you there. I mean,
you said you're going to ask me in the Big 5 who the Padres should pick. Well, they're certainly not going to have Tyler Wade, Bryce Johnson, and
who are you? What? Why? I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Fernando also did not want to, and team request was also a thing.
Yeah.
So if a team requested their player not be in the swing off,
I'm so tired of that.
Which Dave Roberts has full control over the Dodgers players. I don't want him to
get hurt swinging too hard.
Fernando said he wouldn't do the home run derby because his oblique has been acting up. And you know what, Chris? I am a guy who crushes guys who say that. I think this shows maturity in Fernando, honestly. Like, to know that, hey, my oblique is acting up. I shouldn't do this. But I will say he should have.
Didn't seem to keep him swinging and missing all night long.
Oh,
how'd he strike out twice?
Yeah, but he walked and stole a base and scored a run.
Yeah, so Bleak didn't bother him on the steal. I mean, give me a break. If you're playing baseball, play the game. Stop it. And you agree with me.
I do.
Don't try to switch allegiances.
Would I?
Here.
No, I can't, because I always crush guys who don't do this stuff. And Fernando, I would have loved to see him do the swing.
We can't put
off.
Shohei Ohtani in the home run contest. Why? Because he might swing the bat 3 more times? Is that gonna wreck the end of his season?
No, because he was on a plane already on the way home, Chris.
Yeah, well, that's
I think that's also weird. Like, you can't stay the rest of the game.
Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
You know what? Let guys like Juan Soto fly home early. The rest of the guys should stay around.
Like M. McKee said something that's great. What if it was Shohei Ohtani versus Aaron Judge in a 3-swing off? Like, or at least they match up once. That would be massive.
You'd have to watch it.
You would have to.
I mean, you watched it anyway because it was novel.
Yes,
but you'd have to watch. Yeah. So, all right. It was fun. Like I said, I liked it.
They got a ton of conversation out of it, and I think that's what they wanted.
Well, they've got that. All right, more Gwynn and Chris coming up. I believe we have a sports court coming up.
We totally do, and we're going to talk about Dave Roberts and his managing of the Padres in the game last night.
Do I have to put my wig on for this?
I'm going to go get him.
Coming back.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here or something.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm
where
going
do
to
you
go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
Enjoying the All-Star break.
I actually think he's he told us last week. Sorry, my wig. Is
Oh, my wig. I
everywhere.
forgot the wig. Hold on.
He told us last week that he was going to celebrate one of his daughter's birthdays because they hadn't been able to do it. So they're going to do it today, I believe.
Tony is, like we said this earlier in the week, when he's off, he probably works harder sometimes than when he's on. And he's always, because he's got family duties.
Yeah, he's always working.
Duties is the wrong word. He loves
family time.
His kids. And
yes,
he's a great father. Anyway, Tony, we miss you, and safe travels to D.C. tomorrow. The Padres will leave, and they will play Friday with Dylan Cease on the mound to kick off the second half of the season. Dylan Cease returning to the site of his no-hitter last year, but he won't have the same catcher as he had for the no-hitter last year. People probably have forgotten by now, but it was Luis Campusano who caught that no-hitter. The notion is that, and I know he's 0 for 21. I get it. He's walked, 6 or 7 times, but the fact that they keep bringing the guy up with no chance to succeed, flying him in, putting him in the lineup, flying him home.
Yeah.
It's not easy for the guy.
No,
and so I'm giving him a little benefit of the doubt. I know a lot of you aren't. But the notion why Campusano has not been on this club all year is that he's lousy defensively. Well, first of all, Maldonado, based on what I see, is not what he once was. Passed balls, his throwing is not, anything great shakes. But what he does do, if you listen to Mike Schilt and everybody else, is stuff you don't see. He calls a perfect game behind the plate. He works effortlessly with the pitchers, and same with Diaz. So that's why Mike Schilt loves those two guys.
Maldonado has already said he wants to get into coaching, and so he's been hanging out with Mike Schilt.
He's a manager behind home plate. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Mike Schilt feels very comfortable with him.
But put him on the IL. Keep him in the dugout,
the point is, they by saying that, they're also telling me that they don't think Campusano is, great at that. But he did catch a no-hitter. I mean, it's not like he's impossibly can't ever do it back there in terms of game. So, look, on and on we go with this whole thing with Campusano. But it'll be Cease, and then it'll be Darvish on Saturday. It'll be Pivetta on Sunday. All right. We have our wigs on because Skraby is taking us all. Wait a minute. Forgot.
Oh, you have your gavel.
New gavel.
Yes,
somebody
you do.
gave us a gavel.
Like a real gavel.
Look at that. Like the real thing. It says I don't know who this is, the Honorable Alan Rosen. Judge Rosen, if you're out there, we have your gavel.
Yeah, how did you get this gavel?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, I found him.
He's actually a guy?
Yeah.
The Honorable Alan Rosen, and does it say in the webpage that he's missing his gavel? Because somebody gave me this gavel with his name on it. I didn't even know this.
No, but apparently this has got to be a different Alan Rosen.
Okay.
But he's in the constable for Harris County.
Oh,
in Pennsylvania.
I doubt that the gavel traveled across country to
That would be cool,
into our
though.
possession. Here we go, sports court time.
Do you need a third party to make a decision? The guys have put on their robes and picked up their gavels.
All rise. Here comes the judge.
Gwynn and Chris Sports Court starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
I just want to say, if you like Sports Court and you like the wigs, thank Nate on the chat for them, because
Nate
he's
is the
one
guy
who
with
bought
the
them for
wigs.
us.
Thank Kina is the young lady's name.
Kina for the gavel.
For the gavel.
All right.
She gave it my wife, Lori, for Lori to pass it along to me.
All right.
So
there we go.
Look, we have listeners far and wide.
We do.
out there.
Yes,
So
we do.
Somebody came to my wife, said, "Hey, I know they do the sports court. I got an extra gavel."
I didn't tell you this yet, Chris. I had a listener last week say that they had to move for work to the Philippines, and they still watch our YouTube every single day because it reminds them of home. So
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Philippines, one of our friends of the show, Naomi Panganiban, the Aztec player, is from the Philippines.
Yes.
Grew up in San Diego, of course, played high school here, but she's from the Philippines. And Naomi is currently in Asia, in China, playing in the Asian Games for the Philippines.
Very nice.
And I'm getting updates on my, Instagram feed, and I think she's doing quite well over there. So
good for her.
Repping the Philippines well. Way to go, Naomi.
Way to go, Naomi.
Okay.
All right, here we go to the first one. We got these are all real stories that we're going to decide, and they're not like just from Reddit or something like that. First one's really simple, Chris. You're up first. I got so many messages about how they need us to talk about how Dave Roberts enjoyed all of the Padres failing last night. And I go back and forth in my head.
Right.
But do you think that Dave Roberts enjoyed taking Padres out of the game last night? We walked in studio. Oh, the gavel.
No, go ahead.
We walked in studio, and
just as the replay of him taking Morejon out came on the TV.
Yes, with no outs and everything.
He didn't get anybody out.
And what did you say?
First of all, I feel like the chasm between myself and Dave Roberts
is expanding,
has gotten wider and wider and wider.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happens when you.
He's a San Diego guy. I told you the one time I got thrown in together with him and actually hosted a show.
Yes.
And I really, enjoyed spending some time with him. He was dabbling in some of the radio stuff before he got, he was manager. So I really like Dave Roberts. And I think on a personal level, I still like him. But he's done a lot of things that have bothered me now. So the chasm is, you said it's prying open.
Yeah, it's expanding.
I think Dave Roberts is not beyond doing.
He's thinking about how to say this, everyone.
Yeah. I don't think Dave Roberts is beyond managing in a way last night that might have put a little doubt or distrust in the minds of a couple of the Padres.
Okay.
And I think Morejon was one of them. You had led 6-0. You don't need to come out of the game before he gets an out. I know that Dave Roberts came running out there and was laughing and saying, I hate to do this. Well, then don't do it. You don't need to take him out in 6-0. And not only that, the guy who came in immediately gave up a 3-run bomb. So I thought, Morejon probably, and I hope he just took it the right way and didn't.
He seemed like he did.
But if I was Morejon and you took me out, like, to me, that's embarrassing on a stage like that in the All-Star game. I give up 2, a walk and a hit. You take me out. And now I'm going to really not I'm going to be upset. And I think Dave Roberts wouldn't mind Morejon feeling upset because that's going to work into his head a little down the road. The second part is when they went to the 9th inning, I thought to myself, are they going to go with Suarez or are they going to go with Diaz? Well, Diaz is the guy that was originally chosen for the game. Suarez was not.
That's true.
So to me, it should have been Diaz.
All right, interesting.
But he went Suarez. Why do I think he went with Suarez? Just on the hope that maybe Suarez might struggle and blow the save. That's something negative that goes into his mind for the second half. So I don't think Dave Roberts is beyond trying to mess with the Padres a little last night. Yeah, I don't think he's beyond it. I don't know that I'm not going to ever be able to prove it. This is the problem, and this is sports court.
Yeah.
So I have to say he's innocent because I cannot prove any of this. But I think it's possible. Yeah, I do.
All right. You said most of it. I think it is possible, but I also think that there was a lot of 2 batter pitching changes just to try to get all the pitchers into the game.
Understood.
So maybe that's it.
But one of them was Kershaw, which was staged.
It was, but then they put in Jason Adam right after that. Jason Adam got his one out, and he pitched early in the game. I did see a couple times, like, I had the feeling of, is he messing with the Padres right now? So, like Chris said, I maybe think there is a possibility, but there's no proof in this.
Dave
so he's
Roberts
innocent.
is sly like a
fox.
F-O-X. Absolutely. Let me say something. If Dave Roberts ran out there and laughingly took Morejon out, like kind of on a whim, I don't believe he does anything on a whim. I think he is prepared for everything.
Yes.
And I think, right-handed batter up, he's going to be able to explain it. But let's embarrass Morejon a little bit because I think that was embarrassing.
I saw them talking and I was reading Morejon's lips and Dave Roberts seemed to be saying, I know I'm taking you out a little bit early. You got some guys on base, but I got to get some other guys. And Morejon said, it's cool. It's cool. I get it.
Well, what's Morejon going to do? Punch him right there?
I would have loved to see that, Chris.
Okay.
And if it was up to Pete Alonso, which we're going to talk about in the Big Five, maybe he would have. Mm-hmm. All right, next one. This one's from the U.S. Open, kind of, but Oakmont Country Club has banned golfer Wyndham Clark from its property after he damaged his locker following a miscut at last month's U.S. Open. In a letter sent to members this week, Oakmont president John Lynch, there's a lot of John Lynches out there, said the club reached its decision after multiple discussions with the USGA and the club's board. According to the letter, the ban could be lifted if Wyndham Clark pays for damages, makes a quote-unquote meaningful contribution to a charity selected by Oakmont, and undergoes counseling and or anger management therapy. He broke the locker at the U.S. Open, and then, Chris, at the PGA Championship in May, Clark threw his driver and damaged a sign near the tee box that featured one of his most prominent sponsors, and he had to apologize for that as well. He apologized for both of them. So I'm up first. Is this a fair response from Oakmont Country Club? Yes, because it's their property. I don't think you need to I don't think you need to. Let me start this over. Is it a fair response? Yes, they should, because he damaged property. I do think that they have the ability to ban him from the club, but I also think that they're making way too big of a deal out of this by saying he needs to make a meaningful contribution to a charity. What is meaningful? $100,000? $10,000? Like, give him a number at least. and make him pay for the damage. I don't know about anger management. It seems like a real court would have to put him in that, but I think they're fair in banning him because he did break a locker in their locker room. Chris?
I'm going to say this. I'm not throwing this out of my courtroom. And you know I like to.
Yes, you do.
I'm not throwing this out. I think this is totally within reason of Oakmont Country Club to levy all of these penalties, even the one that asked for a donation to charity. This is completely not only unprofessional, but it just shows a complete lack of respect for the tournament, for the club itself. Nobody should be so big that they feel like they can just bust open a locker and break whatever else he broke. You know, he ended up missing the cut by one shot. So
that's why he was angry.
And it was on the last hole.
It was, yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I hit one into the water yesterday. I can't go rip up the Enagic Golf Club because I was upset.
You're right.
I just can't. But here's the other thing, because it's fair to give you both sides, and you did already. But Clark did say, quote, "My actions are uncalled for, completely inappropriate, and it makes it clear that I have things to work on."
Okay.
So I believe he kind of has the message already, and I think Oakmont pushing him towards some counseling is only going to help him get what he needs, because he needs it. And this is a guy that won the U.S. Open 2 years ago, so he's a great golfer.
Yep.
But you can't behave like this.
No, you can't. You can't. That's a good explanation. All right, next one. The Kansas City Royals reacquired veteran utility player Adam Frasier today in a trade with the Pirates. Frazier's played in 78 games this season, split between second base, left field, and right field, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to do this, Chris.
Okay.
He was on the Padres. Remember that? He got traded to the Padres in 2021. Well, his career batting average heading towards the Padres was 281.
Okay.
His career batting average after he was traded to the Padres, 240.
Yeah.
So I've been asked this. Did the Padres break Adam Frazier, Chris?
No. Adam Frazier won a batting title. Okay. Was the batting champion.
Until he came to the Padres.
All right. Of the, was it the National League, right? Won the batting title.
Did he win it?
I thought he did. Or no, I know
he was leading.
That's what it was. He was leading the batting race when the Padres acquired him. Thank you.
Yes.
He was hitting 324. He then hit 60 points lower than that, and he's been pretty bad ever since. But I just don't know that he was that good of a player. I think if you look at his batting averages before,
281.
And now I'm holding my gavel like a cigar. He hit, he had a season where he hit 230. You know what I mean?
That was after the Padres, wasn't it?
No, that was before.
Okay.
Anyway, I think Adam Frazier caught lightning in a bottle, hit 324 for half a season. I'm not saying the Padres overreacted. They were just hoping that he would continue that. And he's just not that good.
All right.
But I will also say this. The 2021 season, in which the Padres failed miserably in the second half, the acquiring of Adam Frazier was one of the reasons they failed. Not only did he do poorly, but remember, his acquisition moved everybody around and started taking people out of the lineup to get him in there.
It did, yeah.
And they put him here and they put him there, and they had to put guys on the bench. It completely messed everything up.
They had to force him into the lineup because they made the trade.
It was a bad fit all the way around.
Yeah, did the Padres break Adam Frazier? I don't think the Padres broke Adam Frazier, but it is kind of interesting that he was a 281 hitter going into the Padres and then 240 since then. But there's many reasons for that, as you said, teams.
My reaction, though, to him going to the Royals today, back to the Royals. He was with the Royals last year. Championship. That Bobby Witt, Adam Frazier double play combo. Look out now.
Hey now.
Big acquisition by the Royals.
All right. We ran out of time. But I'm going to put Ken Rosenthal's Jacob Mizorowski interview has drawn the ire of many. I'm going to put that into the big five. When we get back, though, Daily Gambit. We'll go over our bets from yesterday here on 97.3 The Fan.
Crisello, yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers, great shortstop. Jack Morris in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second number 1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero, never met a pitch he couldn't swing at, and powerhouse hitter for the Expos, and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, oh, yeah, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Crisello, yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High. All right, here we go into hour number 2. Gwynn and Chris with Crisello and Matt Skraby until 6 today. Then Skraby kicks me out of here, and he handles the Skraby Chronicles for an extra hour of enjoyment. The enjoyment's for you, not him.
It's interesting.
Yeah, he bitches and moans about the whole
I
thing.
do
all day.
not.
I know. Tony's he's taking the All-Star break, and
Yes.
we've already discussed this, so we'll have him back soon.
Yes.
Tomorrow, for you Padre fans, make a note. It is Thursday. That means roundtable tomorrow morning, 10 to 11, an hour of commercial-free Padre talk.
Yes.
So that'll be tomorrow. And we look forward to that. Make sure you're tuned in for the roundtable tomorrow. All right, I get a couple of things before we get to the Daily Gambit that are important. One of them you just called to my attention, which I really think is important.
I know.
But I'm going to save that.
Trash
I know. I'm going to save that one. A couple of things, though, on the All-Star game. Besides the swing off. Is that really the name we should have, by the way? Swing off?
Yeah,
not really
why?
a
I mean,
fan of that.
what would be the name for it? The home run deciders?
Swing off isn't.
Swing off is working for me.
Not for me.
Okay.
All right. I really enjoyed the Hank Aaron tribute. That's not easy to do.
That was incredible.
Right? To try to recreate a guy hitting a home run 50 years ago when none of the people involved are alive.
That was incredible.
I loved it.
Yeah.
They couldn't have done any better. And Milo Hamilton with the famous call, it's gone, it's 7:15. I had chills. And I watched it 2 or 3 times.
It was pretty
Rewound
cool. It was pretty
really like that. The way they shot the firework off where he, with the ball being hit.
Yeah.
Just thought it was on point. So good job there. And solid by Dave Roberts. He's going to get a lot of love in this particular moment, but solid by Dave Roberts to remove Kershaw for an ovation and also remove Freddie Freeman for an ovation. I like stuff like that in the All-Star game. So a couple of little things I enjoyed. But here's the thing that you just brought to my attention. I saw this segment, but I did not slow it down enough to actually read everybody's sign. But the guy that we're, giving a hard time to right now, Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
On his sign for I Stand Up for Cancer,
yeah.
The name he put was Scott Miller.
Yes. Our friend.
That's a lot of, that's class right there. And, Scott Miller is was a really well-renowned baseball writer throughout baseball. But more than that, he was our guy. He was a San Diego guy all the way.
Yeah.
He started here at the LA Times working with me at the, San Diego edition. He always lived, his home base was here in San Diego. And for Dave Roberts to, honor him in that way, I got to give a props for that.
Yeah, I did.
There's
other
way.
I stopped down the Skraby show last night to say that because
that was a class
put aside
move.
everything we said
You've
earlier.
got to put it all aside.
For that moment, Dave Roberts did a good thing.
Yeah, class. And I didn't know, maybe some other folks might have even mentioned Scott Miller. They showed a lot of people.
They did.
But that was a nice moment. And I don't think that he left Bryce Miller off. Scott Miller was more of a national writer that Dave Roberts would know.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Bryce Miller was a San Diego, writer and journalist that Dave Roberts may know, but not to the same extent.
Yes. And didn't Scott Miller put a chapter in his
I'm reading
book
it right now.
About Dave Roberts?
I'm honestly reading it right now. His book that's out about the managers.
Yes.
That Scott Miller wrote just before his passing. There is a whole Dave Roberts chapter in there. It's actually about Dodger tradition and et cetera, but it's obviously features Dave Roberts.
I'm going to skip that chapter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I don't need any more.
All of
Dodger
you guys can
tradition.
skip that chapter. I'll tell you that it's okay, but you can get through without reading.
Oh, I'm seeing from John Rosenthal also put Scott on his card.
Ken Rosenthal.
So that's very nice.
Another guy trying to win us over.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Another guy that we love to hate.
Yeah.
Is trying to win us over. Thank you.
But thank you,
Ken Rosenthal.
Yes.
Thank you, Dave Roberts. Class moves on both your parts. All right, let's do some
Gambit.
Daily Gambit.
Do you like money?
I think about money.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault. It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Let's start with the bets that we made from last night. National League -1.5 on the spread over the American League.
You talk about a win taken away.
I know. National League had it handled until the final inning of the game.
Yeah.
The American League did not win, but they're officially scoring this game as 7-6 National League. Yes.
I didn't know, because
Yes.
everywhere I've seen 6-6.
On MLB.com, if you go and click on the game, it says 7-6 National League.
Are they going to record this forevermore as a victory for the National League?
Yeah.
Or are they going to call it a tie? Because, the one game, the famous one where there
John
was
Smoltz
a tie.
was talking about that last night.
All I could think of is Bud Selig with his hands, palms up, like, what the hell do I do? What they did last night was a whole lot better than that.
Oh, that's really funny.
So,
yeah, John Smoltz was saying, fans weren't happy about it. Players weren't happy about it.
Another thing we should mention about the home run derby last night, the players were going bananas.
They were.
They
loved it.
really loved it.
And Bobby Witt Jr. was disappointed he didn't get the opportunity to compete. He wasn't even selected. He said he really wanted to do it. So maybe next year.
All right.
So I win that one.
It's funny. No, next year everyone's going to just root for a tie every time now. Like, forget the stupid All-Star game. Just, get to a tie.
Let's talk about a conspiracy, Chris.
Oh, good point.
You want the swing off. You want some pub. You want some marketing.
Okay.
Tie up that game late.
Interesting, Skraby. Interesting.
I don't know how you do it, but maybe you do it.
Okay.
The total runs of the game, over under 7 runs. Chris went under, I went over, and it was 13. So
I know. I had that one locked in for a while. It was like 2-0, and then it blew up.
More Ks, Scooble or Skeens last night in the first inning. You took Scooble, I took Skeens. Both of them had 2.
They tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Kelsey Plum, I never checked on.
She had 20 points. She
had
went
20 points. Okay.
So you got a good day. You were 2-1.
2-1-1.
Right. Or I think you were 3-0. Actually,
if we're throwing out, 3-0.
Right, you were 3-0.
There we go.
I was okay. So you're leading the week now. You're 4-6. I'm 3-7. Neither of us are much to write home about yet. Tonight, Snapdragon Stadium, Scrape. You and I should be there because I know we're not doing anything else of interest.
Well, I'm doing a show, so.
Well, you'll be done. What time's the game tonight?
7:30 probably.
Yeah. SDFC hosting Toronto FC. SDFC, by the way, the big news on SDFC, if you didn't see this, Milan Alaska is gone.
Alaska, yeah.
He's gone.
Yes,
he went back to his team in the Netherlands. And it was very unclear, I must say, in the story, in the paper today. I think the team was unclear. The writing wasn't unclear. But the story was unclear as to what SDFC tried to do to keep him here. But evidently whatever they did wasn't enough to convince him to stay here. And maybe the Netherlands team was able to give him. He was on loan.
Yes.
Which is a weird.
I know. I did this last night. I don't understand the loan thing.
Yeah, I don't get it either. He was on loan for 6 or 7 games, or he ended up playing, I think, 14 games and scoring 10 goals. The guy was incredible.
And he scored 4 in one game.
Yeah, which has only happened 20 times, by the way, in the 30-year history of the league. So, I mean, that was an impressive feat.
My only thought, Chris.
But why couldn't we keep him? I mean,
is the Danish Bundesliga a better league than MLS, or does he have a funnel into a bigger league? And if you're on the chat, please let us know.
I'm sure the other league is a better league. Every league is almost better league.
I've never heard of the Danish Bundesliga.
I hate to tell you, I've heard of it, and I think it's probably a better league.
You have heard of it.
But I know SDFC said in the story today, we did everything we could to keep him. I just don't know what went into the final decision for him to go back. The one thing that's certain, though, they're a first-place team, but without him, it's going to be more difficult to maintain that. He was really incredible.
He was.
Anyway, they're 1.5-goal favorites tonight, though, over Toronto. Do you like a 2-0 or 3-1 victory?
Yeah, I'll take SDFC. They've been playing so well.
They have. And the reason I think you can give a 1.5 with them is that they score goals.
They do.
Like they could win 4-2 or 4-1.
They don't get many scored on them either.
right? You know, most teams you would never want to give that many because there's so many 1-0 games.
Yeah.
3.5 goals is the over-under total for this game. We just talked about. I'll go over.
3.5 over
Total
under.
goals. That's a lot.
I'm going to go under.
You are, okay. The best team in the league, at least by record, is not SDFC. They have the second best overall record to the Philadelphia Union. Didn't know if you knew that.
Nope.
Tonight, Union is 1.5 goal favorite over last placed Montreal. Your call. 1.5.
I'm going to go. You want to talk about a blind bet? This is a blind bet. I'm going to go with the Union.
I just told you Montreal's the worst team in the league.
I know that.
I'm still going to take Montreal because winning by 2 is hard to do. WNBA tonight, New York Liberty -10 against the Caitlin Clark-less Indiana Fever.
Oh, gosh.
She's been missing a lot of games lately.
She tweaked it.
And she's been missing a lot of shots lately.
Maybe that's why.
They put a stat up. In her last 6 road games or something, she's 2 for 35 from 3 on the road.
Ooh.
Caitlin Clark is famous for being able to make 3-pointers, along with all of the other things she brings.
Yeah, she shoots
to the
from the
league.
logo.
Yes, she has not been making those shots, but she's not playing tonight. I'll take the Liberty as a result.
I will too.
-10. Who scores more tonight? Brianna Stewart or Sabrina Ionescu? Both are members of the Liberty. Who scores more, Stewart or Ionescu tonight?
I am going to go with Brianna Stewart.
You are. Okay. I'm going to go with Stewart, too. Not the world's biggest Ionescu fan. She's...
What did she do? She got mad.
We saw this video, and this is why. And this is maybe not her fault.
But
you
did.
Didn't see it?
No, you did, though.
She was playing in a pickup game against some guy, some high school kid, in a team setting, but she was being guarded by some high school kid. And the high school kid was locking her down. She couldn't get open. So she just started pushing and shoving and elbowing the kid to try to get open and was mad that he was guarding her.
That is kind of funny.
I thought, come on, just get open. If you have a problem with it, get open.
I agree.
Paige Becker, 17.5 points tonight. Dallas plays, I think, Las Vegas. I'm a Paige Beckers fan. I've liked everything I've seen from her so far.
So you're going to go over?
I will.
I'm going to go under.
Under. Okay, we're good on the gambit. When we come back, we each have 3 predictions for the Padres in the second half of the season. I think one of mine is quickly becoming almost impossible, but I'm going to predict it anyway when Gwynn and Chris continues.
You feel that?
It has to do with average temperatures in the year 2024, and this is the average temperature, high, maximum per day, minimum per day. It is going to be your job today to find the 25 states whose average temperature is under 55 degrees. California's at 60. You're looking for anything under 55. I'm not going to let you go first. I'm going to give Tony first.
Let's start with Montana.
That is correct.
Montana.
Montana's the 4th coldest state in the U.S., 44.5 degrees average temperature. All right, Skraby, that leaves a really obvious one for you. I gave Tony first. He didn't take it, so you can.
I don't know that these are that obvious to any of us.
All right,
Chris.
Well, I think one is obvious.
Alaska,
I think. Thought Alaska was pretty obvious. 27.8 degrees average temperature in Alaska. 16 degrees colder than any other state. Tony's up.
Washington, the state.
State of Washington is on the list at 48.4. So Tony takes a 2-1 lead. Skraby, give me a cold state.
Maine.
Tony, you're up 2-2.
How about Idaho?
Idaho's pretty cold. Cold enough at 45.5, 7th coldest in the U.S.
Well, it's my favorite state to say. Minnesota.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious. Same as Idaho. Minnesota, 45.5, Tony.
How about North Dakota?
North Dakota, there
North
you
Dakota.
go. You found it, number 2. 43.7 there.
I'll take the lesser-known Dakota. The
South Dakota.
I think it's the more-known Dakota.
Yeah, I would think it's more. Tony, you are up in a 4-4 tie with no strikes yet.
How about Oregon?
Oregon, believe it or not, Oregon's cold enough to make the list. Tony's 5, Skraby's 4.
never been here, but I knew someone from here and said it's very cold. New Hampshire.
New Hampshire's cold. Tony.
How about Vermont?
Vermont's cold, and it's right next to New Hampshire, so that was good. 46.3. Tony goes up 6-5.
How about Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure that's going to be in there. Just below. Tony, you're up.
We're going to move to Wisconsin's neighbor. How about a little Illinois?
Oh.
How about a little Illinois? Little Illinois didn't make it. You can get your first lead of the day here.
A state that I've been to, a state that has beautiful scenery, Wyoming.
That's number 3. Wyoming, 44.3. I can definitely second that.
Laramie is like the
notion, having been there every year to Laramie. It's cold. Tony.
Iowa.
Iowa.
That's
a great one.
Is it?
Has to be on there.
51.5. Iowa just snuck in there.
I'm going to bank on the part of the state that's not attached to the paw is cold. Michigan.
Michigan is a winner. Very good. The Upper Peninsula you're referring to.
The pod.
How about Utah?
Utah, Salt Lake City and company. Yep,
Park
it's
City.
cold there. 51.2. That is correct. Tony hits it. 8-8. The only difference is Tony's got a strike.
Nueva York.
Nueva York.
New York for Chris.
It does get cold there in New York. 49 degrees average temperature in New York is Tony.
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
What about Ohio?
You ready to come up with an answer, Skraby?
Ohio.
Too hot.
I
Too
know.
hot.
I was thinking that because it's next to Illinois, but I live
Too
there and
hot.
it snowed.
Is that what you want, Ohio?
Yeah.
54.9.
Oh!
It's the last one on there. Skraby goes up 10-9.
How about a little Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Frigid old Pennsylvania.
Frigid old Pennsylvania.
Home of Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg. And cold enough at 52.1 to make the list.
Pennsylvania, baby.
10-10.
Massachusetts?
It has not been said. Doesn't mean it's correct, but it is. 51.2. Skraby hits a bell.
Massachusetts.
11-10. Tony, you're up.
Oh, man, this is hard.
There are 4 left.
Cold. How about Indiana?
Oh.
Indiana. No, Tony. It's a strike. 55.2. Indiana just over by 0.2.
Some of the coldest spots in the country are in the plains. Nebraska.
Yeah.
Lincoln. That's all I got on Nebraska.
Skraby's doing okay. That's correct.
Wow!
52 degrees.
Colorado.
Skraby for the win.
One of the most forgotten places in the United States
Is
Rhode Island.
And it is correct.
Yes! Sorry, that was a lot. Does that mean I win?
Game is over. Yes,
Game is
you've won.
over!
That was a stupid game.
I didn't think you'd like it since it didn't win it.
Those are my shoes on the glass.
Sound like you're playing basketball over there. Sounds like shoes squeaking on the floor.
Lack of rhythm is what that's called.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. I've told you many times before, I am not made for dancing.
It has to do with average temperatures in the year 2024. And this is the average temperature, high, maximum per day, minimum per day. It is going to be your job today to find the 25 states whose average temperature is under 55 degrees. California's at 60. You're looking for anything under 55. I'm not going to let you go first. I'm going to give Tony first.
Let's start with Montana.
That is correct.
Montana.
Montana is the 4th coldest state in the U.S., 44.5 degrees average temperature. All right, Skraby, that leaves a really obvious one for you. I gave Tony first, but he didn't take it. So you can.
I don't know that these are that obvious to any of us.
All right,
Chris.
Well, I think one is obvious.
Alaska,
I think. Thought Alaska was pretty obvious. 27.8 degrees average temperature in Alaska. 16 degrees colder than any other state. Tony's up.
Washington, the state.
State of Washington is on the list. Priscilla, Skraby, over there. on the ones and twos. The camera seems like it's been working better today. I don't know that you did
I didn't do anything.
Did any work on it?
Maybe it was tired of me
complaining about it on air. It was getting embarrassed.
It was, yes.
Are you excited for the debut of Maya Brady tonight?
No.
In the AUSL. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, Tom Brady's niece. I don't care.
Okay.
Are you excited?
No, I didn't even know about it, but I do now. All right, we got a few minutes here. We got the second half of the season coming up. I always think it's fun. We sit back, we look at the season coming up, we predict 3 things that we are going to see in the second half of the season. 3 predictions for the Padres. And the next hour, we'll do 3 predictions for all of Major League Baseball. These are going to be things like, I think the A's will rally and win the AL West, or Tarek Skubal will win 30 games. Predictions like that. So these are just for the Padres, though.
Yes.
You want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Sure, and I have an answer to our camera thing. I guess Paul reset everything this morning because Ben had to reset everything this morning because his camera wasn't working.
Thank you, Ben.
Yes.
We owe Ben. We always owe Ben.
Always.
Ben is one of the great guys. Just straight up.
Of course.
Simple. I don't even need to add to that statement.
All right, my number 3.
Oh, you're going first.
I thought you said I was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my number 3 is that Nick Pivetta has a career career high in innings pitched, which he only needs 180, and he has 109.1 right now.
Okay.
He will have his career high in strikeouts, which he needs 189 for the career high, and he has 122 right now.
Okay.
And he will have a career high in wins, and I'm going to predict that he has 15 wins this year. He's 9-2 right now. He only needs 11 for a career high, so I'm going to predict that he gets 15.
I think it's real possible that by the end of the season, Nick Pivetta will have career highs in everything.
Yeah.
Wins. His career ERA is 4.58.
Yep. And what is
this year? It's 2.88.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
I couldn't predict that because it's already happened.
Yeah, he is so far ahead of his normal pace. All right, I'll start with a pitcher in my first prediction. I did this one yesterday, and I'm going to do it again. Dylan Cease will finish the season with at least 10 wins.
Oh, yes, you did.
That is one of my predictions. He is currently 3-9. It has been a miserable season overall for Dylan Cease. The one stat that I keep looking at, Skrabe, and we'll see, is his strikeout to walk ratio. It's still really impressive. And I just think with 129 Ks, which is more than Pivetta has even.
Yep.
And he's still only walked 39, which is about on pace for his normal season. I just think it's, the ball's got to start getting caught. And he's going to start, piling up some wins. Enough to at least get to 10. How many starts do you think he'll make?
I was just thinking that for Pivetta.
Yeah. You'd have to look at the game log. These guys end up with about 30 a season now.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. He does 32 or 33 basically.
Right. So Cease has got 19, so he's probably going to get 13 more starts. He's going to have to go a little bit, but I think he can get to 10. I don't think that's an outlandish
he needs to win
prediction.
7 of those 10. Or 13, I mean.
Yeah, but understand that starting pitchers don't win very often anymore. You know that the Padres' entire team has only 20 from its starters. They have 28 wins from their relievers, the Padres.
Yeah,
so the relievers get more wins now than starters do.
The win-loss thing is weird to me just because it depends so much on your team and you're not even in control in scoring runs.
You know the second leading win guy is on the Padres behind Pivetta?
Morejon.
Yeah, Morejon.
I saw that earlier. That was pretty crazy.
All right, so I'll take Cease to get 10 wins. Your second prediction.
My second prediction, both are going to be hitter predictions for the rest of the way, but Gavin Sheets has 14 home runs on the year.
Okay.
I think he hits 30.
Wow.
He needs 16 more. It's a tall task, but he's been hitting much better as the season goes along, and I think that he's just going to get better.
If you get this right, I'm going to come over and just give you at least a high five.
I was wondering where you're going to go with that.
Well, 15 is his career high. So you're
I know
predicting him
that.
to double his career high.
He's got 14. He's hitting lefty pitchers now. He's in the lineup every single day.
He is pitchers, but understand that he only has one home run this year against a lefty. And that was against Chris Sale, of all people.
In the first game of the year.
All of his home runs have come up against righties except for one.
Okay, that does make it a little bit more difficult.
It's going to be hard.
But these are ridiculous predictions that are attainable.
Well, here's one that's ridiculous. I say by August 1st, so I got 2 weeks, Luis Campusano is the starting catcher for the Padres.
Will you stop with these predictions? You said he was going to be an all-star.
I know. But I really believe...
Why do you love him so much?
I don't love him so much. I believe that they are tired of watching Maldonado and Diaz go 0 for 4.
I don't disagree
and
with that.
I don't think there's any other choice. Unless you're going to trade for a catcher, and that's just not, important enough, I think you got to put Campusano in. I think you got to let him catch. I think you got to put Maldonado on the bench as a bench coach, because that's what he kind of is anyway. And let Luis play for 2 or 3 weeks. Let me just tell you something. If he goes, 3 for 30 or, 5 for 50, it's about what you're getting right now anyway. I think you've got to take a shot that a guy that has been hit, he's trying so hard up there right now. He's squeezing the dust out. Let him just relax and play for a few weeks. And I think there's some people in the organization who want to see that happen.
I don't disagree with that either. Brett says Maldi has had some clutch RBIs lately, and he has. But it's not enough to make.
If Campusano's starting catcher on August 1st, you're gonna.
I'll come over there and give you a high five.
Okay, there you go.
All right, my number one is that Manny Machado wins the batting title. And
it's not out of it. It's crazy, but it's
in
not
a full season. His career high is 304 in the 2020 season, so we'll throw that out. His other career high is in 2022 when he hit 298. So all he needs to do is hit 310, and that's probably getting you the batting title.
That might win it.
So I say he wins the batting title.
I love that. That's going out on a cool limb.
That is
making a prediction.
attainable.
I mean, look, we all thought a Padre would win the batting title this year, but nobody predicted Manny would be the batting title. He's in the top 10 right now, and he's pretty close to it.
He's close, yes.
All right, you're not going to like this one.
All right.
But I believe it's going to happen. I believe, again, by August 1st or, not too long after that, the Padres closer will be either Jason Adam or Adrian Morejon or a combination of both.
Okay.
I think Robert Suarez is headed out.
You think he's going to get traded?
I do. I don't see any reason to keep him. I mean, other than the fact that you have an embarrassment of riches in the bullpen, but that's not doing it enough for you now. You need more. They know they need more.
And his option, he's probably going to opt out at the end of the year.
Jason Adam or Morejon are both better in whip. They're better in ERA. They get more guys out. Suarez, I love him. I don't want to trade him. I think they're going to. So I'm saying that either Adam or Morejon or both. Maybe they just, depending on the situation.
Closer by committee.
Yeah, Mike Schilt decides who's best for that night.
Morejon against the lefty-heavy lineup.
Yeah.
Other way around.
I think Suarez is going to be gone. That's my third prediction.
I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility. He's a big trade piece. There's going to be a team out there that needs a closer.
Right now, he is beyond a luxury. And they can't afford a luxury right now. They need somebody to get some hits.
That's true. I don't disagree with it. The option is the option in his contract, which is a player option at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I do think that is the biggest part of the whole
part
thing.
Of it.
Because they would have to pay him big money next year too.
All right,
that's a good one.
Those are our Padre predictions. I thought them through. The Campusano thing is the longest shot on the board for me.
Rod says, LO is saying Campusano could be our 98 Jim Leyritz.
I don't know. Something's got to happen. I maybe I'm just on a personal level. I can't stand to watch these guys go 0 for 4 every night for a whole nother 3 months. I just can't.
I don't disagree. It's tough.
It is. All right. Kirk Kenney will be with us next from Las Vegas, the Mountain West Conference Football Media Days. What's happening with those Aztecs and the conference they're about to leave. Should be interesting. We'll have more on that with Kirk when we return.
And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. Just 1 minute remaining. It's out of here. That one up into the monster seat. Another home run. And that ends the round. He ends the round with 7 home runs. And he has earned a trip to the semifinal matchup. Now, the challenger in this semifinal matchup, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. No doubt about that one. And a draw. That one carried on to Lansdowne. That one is gone. He now has bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. No question about that one. And taps it up to put up in the championship matchup. And that ends the round. Finishes. Let's see what he can do. And now, the challenger in this championship round, Kyle Higashioka. And a draw. That one carried on to Lansdowne. That one is gone. And he's earned 30 seconds of bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. That draw off the right pole. There's a home run. 30 seconds left. And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. Oh, that's a monster home run. That's a home run. He ends the round with 7 home runs. And he has earned a trip to the semifinal matchup.
Behind right here. Grab your clubs. Tee off for a great cause.
I have them in the car.
Do you really keep them in the car?
No.
Oh.
I'm too afraid they'll get stolen.
Yes, I know. That's the concern.
And then what do I do? I don't have golf clubs?
Got to have golf clubs. You can't get along without those. Join us. The 4th annual Salute to Heroes charity golf tournament is coming up on Sunday, July 28th. It takes place at the stunning Loma Santa Fe Country Club. You ever played there?
Not the full course, but the short course I have. Have you played the full course?
I tried, but they wouldn't let me on.
Yeah,
I'm not worthy. Enjoy
the hoity-toityness.
Yeah, the hoity-toityness. I said it was from Beverly Hills. It still didn't work. Enjoy a day of golf, food, prizes, and camaraderie, and it's all to honor our local heroes, support veterans programs. You can register at SanDiegoSocialLeagues.org. It's coming up July 28th, Loma Santa Fe Country Club, the 4th annual Salute to Heroes charity golf tournament. Let's golf for all of those who gave it all. Celebrities include former Padre Greg Vaughn, Arabian Prince, NWA member, Olden Polynice.
Oh.
Remember him?
Hey, was he a king?
Sonic mostly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, went to the University of Virginia. Almost made it to the Final Four one year. Or no, did make the Final Four one year and lost, a heartbreaker. Zab Judah, 6-time world champ. More to be announced. All right.
Okay.
We have Kirk Kenney coming up from Las Vegas.
Lost Vegas?
We used to just call it Lost Wages. Did you ever hear that one?
I have not heard.
You haven't heard that one? Huh?
No, I have
I thought that was kind of universal.
No.
Yeah, going to Lost Wages this weekend, and that would normally be what happened.
The last time I was in Vegas was the winter meetings, I think, that we did that one time.
Really? Was that your last trip?
I mean,
okay.
I don't drink. I
was there
I
a
don't
month.
do the party
I was there
anymore.
a month ago to see my guy.
Oh yeah, Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
Yeah,
he
I forgot about him.
Performed well, and I've taken so much heat for that. I don't know why.
Why have you taken heat?
Right.
Who's giving you heat?
People that just think it's so uncool to see Barry Manilow. So people,
You know what I have to say about that, Chris? Oh man, I didn't have it ready. That was oh, here it is. Here it is. That's what those people are.
Oh God, I thought you were gonna play like a Barry Manilow song or something. I didn't know you were gonna do that.
No, anybody who wants to rain on your parade because you want to go see Barry Manilow.
Yeah, a lot of people think that's so uncool that it just defies explanation. Barry's always had that effect on people, but not me. Anyway,
me.
Lost Wages. Kirk is there for the Mountain West Conference Media Days, and I do think you brought this to my kind of reminded me, but yeah, San Diego State is there. Their coaches there. The players, or some of the players, go to the media day, and San Diego State's leaving the conference. Not only are they leaving the conference, we had the whole controversy yesterday we talked about with Mark Ziegler about the Mountain West just putting Grand Canyon in and not even involving the Aztecs.
When the Mountain West,
so there's definitely some dislike going on here.
In the Mountain West and the Pac-12 are going to court over the exit fees because they couldn't get it done in mediation.
Yeah, this is what'd you say? Uncomfortable.
I said awkward.
Or awkward. Yeah, that was the right. Yeah, it's going to be. So we'll see just how awkward it is. We'll check in with Kirk momentarily here. I hope you enjoyed our picks for the Padres second half of the season. We'll see if any of them come to pass. And we'll have our picks for the Major League Baseball second half of the season coming up in the 4:00 hour today. Can I ask you why you're waiting to call Kirk? Oh, because we have to check traffic. Please do that then.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Okay, guys, what is going on? We are off to a very busy start this afternoon. Collision on the coastline, hit and run, Cassidy Street on-ramp to southbound 5. Also, stalled vehicle, southbound 5 just past the 805 split. It's in the center divide. Also have a collision on La Jolla Village Drive on-ramp to northbound 5. Eastbound 52 before Santo Road, hit and run, crash over the right shoulder. We also have an accident blocking lanes on the Coronado Bridge, heading off the island about mid-span. Eastbound King Freeway, getting a stalled vehicle moved from the center divide over the right shoulder. This is right before College. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. Earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, Kirk Kenney. He's one of our. Well, he is our favorite. I tried to toy with the Mark Ziegler being our favorite yesterday, but I can't go there. Kirk's got to be there.
I heard that.
I knew you did. I knew you did. You guys are both my favorite for different reasons. Kirk, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'd be better if I was still in San Diego.
Really?
Oh.
No good being in Las Vegas, huh?
I'm not a big Vegas fan.
No.
Smoking, drinking, and gambling are not hobbies that I am inclined to
but there is
embrace.
But there is a Chick-fil-A somewhere in town, right?
That's the only upside. In the Golden Nugget next door to Circa, which is where we are, there's a Chick-fil-A inside. So I'm only steps away.
Are you at the Golden Nugget or you're at Circa?
We're at Circa.
Okay.
Oh,
well, that's where Skraby and I went. Did a couple of shows there. Love that place.
Yeah.
The sports book is quite remarkable, actually. So that part's
yes,
fun.
it is.
All right, so it's the Mountain West Conference Media Day. Skraby brought this up, and so we got to start with this. I'll let you pronounce it, Skraby. How?
What? Oh,
what's the word?
Awkward.
How awkward is it for the Aztecs to be there when they're leaving the league at the end of the year, or leaving the conference?
Well, it hasn't been awkward in that there's 4 others leaving with them.
Yeah, true, yeah.
And that's one thing, I kind of asked about. And, but I don't think for the coaches and players, it's a big deal because, would any of the ones that are staying, would they not have gone with them if they had the chance? I think they would have. I think it's more at the higher level that there might be some animosity, but they've been acting like all is well. I know yesterday that it came out that the mediation broke down, so they're going to end up going to court over the exit fees and the poaching fees. So we'll see how that plays out. But from the players and coaches standpoint, I think it's kind of as usual. The only reason I think it could be it seems a little awkward to us on the outside looking in is you just had the Mountain West, summarily put Grand Canyon in the basketball and obviously not even involve the Aztecs. San Diego State, had some things to say about that. So it does seem there is some bit of a disconnect. And I would think, even though, John David Wicker, JD, it's great, terrific, friendly guy. But if he rubs shoulder conference commissioner, it might, just seem like it'd be a little uncomfortable. That's all. Somebody addressed that today when we were kind of discussing it. And a couple of the schools that are leaving were a little bit upset that they were not consulted about Grand Canyon coming in. And somebody from the Mountain West said, well, we weren't consulted when you guys were leaving for the Pac-12.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
So the Aztecs,
there's two sides, right?
The Aztecs didn't call UNLV and say, hey, do you mind if we leave? That wasn't very nice of us. Kirk is in Las Vegas. I did see the preseason football poll. Why don't you let everybody in on where the Aztecs are being predicted, Kirk, for the upcoming year?
They were predicted for 8th place, which is the same as last year, which is the lowest they've been predicted since about 2009. Not a surprise coming off a 3-9 season. They have obviously higher aspirations, but I think I wrote this is kind of a crapshoot anyway between all the portal movement and graduations and on and on. The only thing that's assured is that Boise State's going to be named the first place team for the 15th year in a row.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, UNLV was picked for 2nd, and then kind of went on from there. But not a surprise that San Diego State was picked where it's picked. They're going to have to prove that they're better than that.
We're talking to Kirk Kenney here, San Diego Union Tribune. He is in Las Vegas for the Mountain West Media Day. And Tony and I made a pick of the Mountain West Conference winner when we were doing our daily gambit last week. And the Aztecs are plus 4,500 to win the Mountain West, meaning they don't really have a shot at the Mountain West.
Yeah, but that's not. But Kirk just pointed out that they do have a shot because you don't even know what the teams are.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's so different now.
And I don't.
Well, here's another thing, though. on the preseason all conference team, Seneca State had 3 players, which was good for them. Boise State had 10.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure Boise State's
I think they're kind of
Yeah.
prohibitive.
But
$10 on that.
$4,500. Yeah, Kirk, I'll wire you $10. You can walk over to the Golden Nugget.
That was my question.
Place a bet for Skraby and I.
I know Kirk doesn't want to bet.
Is that legal? Because is it legal for us to say that we're doing that?
Who knows?
It's all in fun and games. It's all in fun.
I
and
don't
games.
know. In this day, I mean, look, Major League Baseball can, put odds up in the middle of a pitch. So I think it's becoming more and more.
That's what's so crazy about the
commonplace.
hypocrisy to me of all this.
Yeah.
They were doing live shots of the players down on the casino floor, being interviewed with the sports book as the backdrop, with all these odds and on and on and on. But by the way, you guys can't bet on anything.
That's right. You're right, Kirk. That is a hypocrisy, because if one of the players ever got caught betting on something, that'd be big trouble.
Right.
Yeah. But go ahead and stand in a casino and promote the league. Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, the Mountain West office is moving to Las Vegas next year.
Okay. Well, now we know everything about the Mountain West.
More than we want to know.
Kirk,
okay.
My question real quick is, which is the position group that you are most confident in this year? Because I want to see some offense. I do. And they've always got good defense. Last year was a tough year. Which position group are you most confident in?
Well, they have 9 returning starters on defense, including their entire secondary. So I'm going to say secondary.
That makes sense.
It's going to start there.
For someone looking for offense, I think they're going to be a lot better at quarterback. The 2 kids that they had transfer in both show a lot of athleticism, and I think they're going to be better off at that position. So,
how many wide receivers are back? The one kid came back, right? Remind me.
Jordan Napier.
Right, Napier.
Yeah, Jordan
Napier. He was a difference maker, I thought, last year.
Yeah, he was a breakout player, and so I think they're looking to big things from him. Another kid who's looking to take a step up, he's a local kid who transferred last year from UCLA after a year there, Jerry McClure, and he's listed right now on the depth chart as a starting wide receiver, as well as a transfer, Miles Kit Denton, who showed well in the spring. So, and then at running back, the number 1 running back right now is Lucky Sutton from Cathedral. So there's a lot of possibilities.
Seen him run over a lot of people. Kirk is there. The media day, the Aztecs are picked 8th, but I think you're right. I mean, look, they were 2-5. They were down at the bottom. So you got to pick them 8th. That's fine. But if you look at the rest,
if they had won one more game, they would have tied for 5th.
I know. So I was just going to say, the whole league was 3-4, just ahead of their 2-5. How much of last year did it come down to a new regime coming in and needing? I mean, I think it's even fair, although the fans don't want to say it, but a new regime coming in and just getting the feet wet and understanding what, Sean Lewis, what he has, who can do what, and it's more difficult now because some guys transfer, but how much of that was really at play last year, Kirk, where hopefully this year, there's not as much of a feeling out process for this team?
I think you made a good point. Last year, there was so much new. I mean, take the portal, which I think they had like 4 dozen new players. And on top of that, you're having a new coach come in, a new staff that everybody's got to get acclimated with, new offense, a lot of things. And, a couple of years ago when the Aztecs went 12-2, it's like everything that could fall their way fell their way. And last year they had times where the game could have gone either way and it didn't go their way. So I think this year things bode better for them. We'll see. I think the expectation should be at least 6 wins in a bowl game.
All right, 6 wins in a bowl game. I think that's fair.
I think people would be, much more accepting of that. This was a program. See, Kirk and I remember, and this is what Kirk, talked about a lot last year, correctly so. Kirk and I remember, so do a lot of Aztec fans, faithful people, that before Brady Hoke, before Rocky Long, before that run of 10, 11, 12 years of sustained, really good football, we lost for like 2 straight decades at San Diego State. And so I think Kirk and I, at least, give him a little more time here and say, hey, last year was a tough year. Okay. But it was just 1 year. And for people to jump off the bandwagon so quickly, honestly seems a little unfair to me, Kirk. It really does.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when a new coach came in and he would talk about a 5-year plan of turning a program around.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, now the natives are restless after one bad year. And the other thing that makes it more challenging is with the portal and all the movement, and players can come and go a lot more, and NIL money and on and on. I think that makes it more of a challenge as well.
What's anything new in the conference that we need to know about? I mean, are we just, do we have one foot in the Pac-12 anyway? Do you hear any more about Pac-12 new teams, or Texas State going to be it? You think they're still, I'm sure they're probably still trying to work some things out, right?
I think they'd love to get another team, but if they were going to get one, I think they would have gotten one by now.
Okay.
The biggest thing is the mediation breaking down and them going to be heading to court, which I've been kind of laughing at too, is, you know, when you sign a contract, that's the terms. And so when these schools come back and say, we want these fees lowered, it's like, what's your basis for saying that? It's like if I bought a house and then a month later I said, I want to pay half of it, you know, do you think the seller would say, okay?
No, but ask NFL football players and others who renegotiate their contracts every single time. And a lot of times it happens.
Well, and yeah,
change,
and I think the biggest thing is somebody doesn't want to go to court because then the lawyers get all the money. But I'm very fascinated to see what the argument's going to be for the Pac-12 to not have to pay a poaching fee, when 2 years ago you were scrambling to try and get games for Oregon State and Washington State. And so you signed a contract saying you wouldn't try and poach our schools, the Mountain West speaking there.
Right.
And here's the amount you said you would pay if you did. And now they did, and they don't want to pay it. So I'll be very fascinated to see how that all plays out.
You got to get Kirk a wig for the sports court.
Oh, Kirk. We need to get Kirk in here. I keep inviting everyone in studio for an hour, but Kirk joined me
he's been in
weeks
before.
ago for 2 hours. We had some good conversations about
Kirk's
the
always
Aztecs.
good. Can I sneak? I got 45 seconds left.
All right.
Is there any talk in San Diego State about, I don't know how to handle this question properly, but doing anything to make Snapdragon Stadium more lovable to the fans that for some reason don't yet find the place lovable?
They're going to have fireworks after every quarter.
All right. I don't know why I set him up for that one.
But Chris, that's a really good question, and I think it needs to be addressed more. I'm very disappointed with a lot of the things that go on game day, and I just don't think they do enough. And I pound it again and again and again. I think ticket prices are too high, and that's what prevents them from having bigger crowds and more of an atmosphere at games.
Yeah. I mean, to me, this is not the Aztecs' fault, but ever since that first game when it was 1,000 degrees, it feels like there's been a bit of a negative thing with that stadium and the Aztec football team. And I don't know how much of it's fair or not. I feel that it's out there.
Go ahead, Kirk.
Well, it was still 1 degree cooler than it is today in Las Vegas.
Kirk, go have yourself a Chick-fil-A and relax by the pool and have a safe drive home. Thanks for joining us as always, buddy.
Thank you, Kirk.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Kirk Kenney in Vegas with the Aztecs and the Mountain West Media Day. Yeah, Boise State, of course, picked on top. UNLV was 6-1 last year, so they're second. The Aztecs, like Kirk said, where they should be, but it really is hard to pick college football now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for all we know, the Aztecs got 2 All-Americans in the portal. I hope so, but we wouldn't know it until...
I just want to say this, though. I did go to a couple Aztec games last year, and I sat in the second deck. It was the best spot because it's close enough to the field where the players aren't like ants down
I think
there.
Everywhere you go and you watch a game, man, that's a great seat. And I agree with you.
You can see the play develop. You can actually...
You're right there.
Yeah, you are. You can see everything on the field. It's a great experience.
I think people need to, take another look at Snapdragon in that regard. More Gwynn and Chris. Chris versus the fans. Trivia next.
Padres.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right, well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. It's not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right, well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go.
Time, Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. idle for a few days here during the All-Star break. And Matt Skraby alongside. We have one more show during the All-Star break tomorrow. Also remind you, tomorrow from 10 to 11 a.m. with a replay 5 to 6 p.m. Our Padre Roundtable, an hour of commercial-free Padre talk. Skraby and I will both be a part of the proceedings tomorrow.
Yep.
From 10 to 11 a.m., so make sure you're tuned in for that.
You know what I find hardest about the round table, Chris?
What's that?
It's smelling all that delicious round table that's in the room with
and
us
you have
for
to
the
wait.
entire hour, and we just stare at it for the entire hour.
You have to wait.
You have to wait.
The whole hour is over.
The entire hour.
Yeah. Padres open the second half with the Washington Nationals.
I love how you say that, by the way.
If you're if you just tuned in, Padres have named their starting rotation for the weekend. Dylan Cease, who pitched a no-hitter in Nationals Park last July, will get another crack at it on Friday. Yu Darvish will start Saturday. Nick Pivetta Sunday. I haven't seen either of Darvish's starts. I was gone that week. What are our thoughts on Darvish? Seems like he's ramping up pretty well. Got, 4+ innings last time out?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I think, look, we get Michael King back in August like he's hinting.
Yes, he's hinting.
We're going to have a better than average shot at this thing. But, you'd like to get off to a good start second half as they did last year. And you got two teams that are – down in the standings, Washington and then Miami, before you go to St. Louis, 10-game road trip to open the second half of the season. By the way, how much are the Nationals struggling? They went 8-25 to close the first half. They were not good. They also fired their manager.
And their
general manager.
Yeah.
Who is the manager of the Washington Nationals right now? Anyone?
The backup manager?
Yeah, couldn't tell you.
Let me get his name just to
give us a name. You want to give us a name?
Yeah, let me see. Interim manager Nationals. Miguel Cairo.
Oh, former infielder.
I did. Yeah, he
back in the day.
Yeah.
Miguel Cairo. If Mike Schilt can't outmanage him, I'm just kidding. Got to win that series.
We have to win the series. Yu Darvish went 4 2/3 last time, but I do remember that he got squeezed. And there was a couple times he would have gotten out of the inning if they had the ABS system. Also, I know, Chris, I'm sorry.
No, we're fine.
The ABS system, do you think, and we could talk about this later, I just want to bring it up. Do you think that if there's like a millimeter of the ball that hits the zone, it should be a strike? Because I don't. If it's a full ball, it should be a ball. If it, I like the ABS system, but it makes... it makes it a lot easier for the pitcher to get because all you have to do is touch the zone.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think you can do it any other way. You can't just say, well, that's kind of hitting
like
the
a
zone.
Third of the ball.
Yeah, but then who's going to judge that?
The computer.
It's either in or it's not. It's either a strike or it's not. And it's the same thing. This is what you all want. You all want perfect accuracy. And it's the same thing you want on replay.
Is that a strike, though? Just nicking the zone?
I think so. Number one, here's the other part that I'm going to compare it to. When a guy slides into second base and he beats the play easily, but the shortstop keeps his glove on the guy's back, and then his toe comes off the bag for one fraction of an instant.
Yes.
What do? They call him out. I think under your way of thinking, I would say, well, he's safe. He beat the play. It's safe. But that's not how they call it. So if you're going to have replay, this is what you're going to get. But I will say the ABS system last night, the tap of the helmet, put it in now. I'm just do it. I like it.
I liked it too.
I liked it. And, you were the one that said yesterday, if Joe Torre said if Mark Langston and the Padres had it in 98, they would have won the first game of the World Series potentially. So I think you just put it in. Of course, Manny was the first victim of it last night.
He said after the game or whatever, Kevin Acee talked to him, that he probably should have swung at that pitch because it was a strike.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea of the system. I think there was 4 challenges. 3 of them were correct last night. Unofficial count on
Kyle
that.
Kyle Stowers, poor guy, strikes out twice in the All-Star game, and he just was desperate to get the challenge.
Had nothing wrong with challenging there. You had nothing to lose.
But then it nicked the strike zone.
Yeah.
Tyler says this is exactly the can of worms that ABS opens up. I think it's going to work out long-term, though, because a lot of those borderline calls won't be close enough to have teams use their challenge.
Tyler, you are speaking my language. That's what I've been saying all along. We can live with things not being 100% right, but you all want everything right, so that's what you're going to get. And that does create situations like this. Let's play Chris versus the fans. People want to win some trivia stuff.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
I just went and looked up what is a strike on MLB.com, and we can go over it a little bit later. But I didn't know that they changed the strike zone so many times. Like from 1988 to 95, the strike zone went from the midpoint between the shoulders and the top of the uniform pants to the top of the knees. I mean, no one knows what a strike is, Chris. Anyway, let's get into it.
Apparently, Jacob Wilson does.
Yeah.
He challenged it, and he was right.
And,
so did the catcher for
Cal Rowley.
And, Okay.
All right. If you win Chris versus the fans, you will be qualified for a chance to win the grand prize, which is a 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, 2 tickets to Motley Crue on September 19th, and a $100 gas card. Catch Motley Crue's Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live at Park MGM, September 12th through October 3rd. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Also today, we are going to package the Rick Springfield tickets. If you win, you will also receive 2 tickets to Rick Springfield. I Want My 80s tour at Front Wave Arena on August 3rd. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
All right, big package of stuff to win today if you can beat me on Chris versus the fans. And Skraby keeps asking these stupid home run derby questions.
I still got some more in there.
You will win Chris versus the fans today.
I still got some more in there.
Oh, great.
Great. All right, let's go to our first contestant, Sean. Hello, Sean.
Hello.
Hey, Sean. Welcome.
You ready to play?
You're on board.
Oh, I didn't give the rules. Hold on, Sean.
All
you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question, or you win. If you're a first-time player, you let us know before the first question. You'll get that for free. All right, Sean, you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
I think Sean should have said,
what?
Missed opportunity here, Sean. You should have said, can you read the rules again? I didn't quite understand them
Okay, all right. Chris is trying to get my goat.
Trying to get you in trouble.
All right, let's do this. Who was the All-Star Game MVP last night?
I turned off the TV, but I'm going to guess Schwarber.
You are correct.
It was the
Schwarbs. All right.
Could have been Pete Alonso, and I could have had $100.
Question number 2. All right. Who won the home run derby? Not this year, last year.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No kidding.
Oscar Hernandez.
That is correct.
He came up with it.
That is correct.
Just
That's
in
a
the
good
nick
job.
of time.
Really good job.
Nick of time.
All right. Third and final question. You get this right, or Chris gets it wrong, and you get all those prizes.
John may run the board here.
Who did Jason Adams strike out last night in the All-Star game?
He was the only Padre pitcher I didn't see pitch.
He was in the second inning, too.
Let's go with Aaron Judge.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Judge.
Stay there.
I could miss this, but unfortunately I remember it. Ryan O'Hearn. He got
Man.
in the second inning. Sorry, Sean, but good playing.
I'm sorry, Sean.
Good playing.
I
I
thought we
did
were
watch the
done.
replay last night, and I did pay attention to Jason Adam when he came in. So.
I thought we were done.
Sorry about that.
All
On we
right.
go.
Scott.
On.
Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Hello.
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 All right, here we go. You ready to play?
Scott, it's Scott and Curran. Curran is the
Oh, yes.
youngest winner ever.
Yes, I remember Corinne. All right, guys.
Well, good luck.
Here
to
we go. I
both
know
of
you guys have already played, so you don't get a first time play a question. Here we go. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What team does NFL wide receiver Terry McLaurin play for?
Scary Terry?
Yes, Scary Terry.
Scary Terry. Okay, I didn't even know that was his nickname.
It is.
Washington Redskins. J.D. Daniels is the quarterback.
And you know what? He called him the Redskins, so I'm
I'll
giving
take
him
it.
extra credit for that.
By the way, Chris, we talked about this last week. There's some thought that they may return to that name.
I know. There's some people politically that want to see this happen. This
Yeah.
is becoming another political argument as if we need another.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of this political talk real quick.
Oh, I know. I'm just explaining.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. I'm just going to get ourselves out of the Redskin talk.
Yeah.
Outside of the cancellation of the All-Star game in 2020, what year was the only other time it was canceled?
Second question, you say. The game was
Right
actually
here?
canceled.
It was canceled.
It's going 94.
94.
That was a strike season. Oh, they played it that year.
I don't know. Did they?
I don't know. You better double check. You might be wrong for a change, Skraby.
For a change.
I know that when they had a strike in 81, they returned with the All-Star game. So they definitely played it that year. 94, I don't remember what in the world happened, but I think that the strike came after the All-Star game that year. So I think
They did
it
have
was
it.
played in
National
94.
League One.
Now, 95 is a possibility, but I'm going to answer, because of the war, 1945.
You knew this thing the whole time. You knew it the whole time.
Sorry,
Scott and Curran. Please try again.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, it was 1945 because of the war.
Okay.
So, all right, let's go to our next contestant. We're going to go to Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hello, Jack.
What's up, guys?
Not too
We're
much.
doing well. Thank you, sir.
Ready
for
to go?
asking.
Let's do it.
All right. What team does Aaron Rodgers play for now?
He plays for the Steelers.
Yes.
Steelers.
Our good friend, Michael Valenzuela,
Yes.
would be able to answer that for you, but he would not answer it happily.
I mean, you said you would have taken Mason Rudolph
I
over
did.
Aaron Rodgers,
I did.
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, maybe crazy, but I don't think it's going to work out for Rodgers anymore.
I don't know either.
Sneaky suspicion.
All right, here we go. Question number 2, Jack. Let me see. What stadium did Juan Soto win his home run derby in?
Asking about all my favorite athletes. Aaron
know.
Rodgers, Juan Soto.
I got no idea. I'm
Okay.
gonna pass.
Oh, a pass.
Good idea. Passing's always smart because it doesn't shorten the odds for me a little bit.
Yep.
It was the year that we traded for him. I do remember that because I actually, for one day in my life, rooted for him. I wanted him to win because he was coming to the Padres, and I thought it'd be really great. But was that year? I don't know. Was it Coors Field? I'm guessing. I don't know what year. No, it wasn't. Okay.
It was actually Dodger Stadium.
Dodger Stadium. Okay, good for you, Jack. You're still alive.
You know what
Final-
happened in that game? Joe Musgrove struck out Aaron Judge. So there you go.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Question number 3.
For the title.
Which Hall of Famer has the most hits in All-Star game history?
Most hits in the history of the All-Star game is held by who? Who has the most?
Yes.
Okay. It's a tough one, I think, but you could get it.
I don't know. Again, let's just go Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn.
Well, he played in 15 of them. Could have.
I mean, definitely could have been.
him.
Unfortunately, but
It's
stay there,
not.
Jack. The way Chris answered it makes me feel
You're
like
gonna
he
hate
knows.
me because I looked. Somebody had a list of this on Twitter the other day, and I read it all, but I might have forgot.
No, you didn't.
I think it was Willie Mays. Darn it!
Sorry,
Jack. Willie played in 20 All-Star games, and you know what? When he played, the starters just played pretty much the whole game. They didn't
even let the guys
really.
play.
Not really.
That was back when baseball's for men.
They wanted to see Willie play. They didn't want to see, some backup guy that nobody knew who it was. So
Yeah.
Willie
Mays,
was in there.
yeah. All right, let's go to our next contestant, Andrew. Oh, Andrew, what happened? You
he's gone.
Dropped. I
All
don't
right,
know.
well, that opens it
go
up
to
for
Jose.
somebody else.
Jose, hello.
Hello,
Hey, how's it going,
Jose.
guys?
You're on, buddy.
Pretty good.
You're
You
on.
ready to play?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, sir.
All
Okay.
right, here we go.
Go get 'em.
Question number 1. Let's see. This might not be a first question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What year was Shohei Ohtani's first in Major League Baseball?
Wow. I know he was supposed to come to the Padres, but we didn't have a DH at the time. I think it was 2018.
Wow!
Whoa!
That
wouldn't even.
is good stuff.
Man, I think he was given the prize right there.
That was pretty good. That was not a question number 1.
No, it was not.
Should I actually skip question number 2, Chris, because that was a question number 2, or am I
Sure.
getting too crazy?
No, take him right to the final.
Right to the final question for Jose, because that was awesome.
Yeah, that was well
Here
done.
we go. Which player has the most hits in Major League Baseball postseason history?
Postseason.
Wow.
A lot of candidates for that.
Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter.
You are correct.
Good job, Jose.
Nice job, Jose. You stay right there.
Good thing you got it because that's who I was going to guess. I didn't know, but I would have guessed Derek Jeter.
It is
so.
Derek
Very good,
Jeter.
Jose. Stay on the line. You win the prize package. We got to get to a quick break. We got our predictions for the second half of the Major League Baseball season. Bold predictions when Gwynn and Chris continues.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Well, Dylan, I think the first obvious question: long hair, long beard. Have you had a shave since the last game of the season?
I don't think so.
Man,
I don't think so.
That's great. That's
Why
great.
is that?
Just changing it up. Why not?
Okay. All right. I'm jealous of the beard because I'm a guy who likes to grow a beard, but your beard, how long did that take to grow?
I think this is 3 months, maybe.
3
Now,
months.
now
Okay.
is this going to stay as we get into spring? You going to keep it? Because I don't think I've ever seen you. I've seen the beard before. I don't think I've ever seen the hair.
No, I haven't had hair like this since I was 12. I'll probably keep it. We'll see how it performs, really.
Good on Jose there. Won a lengthy edition of our Chris vs. the Fans today.
Your camera turned off.
Shocker.
You have to go do that thing.
Completely turned off.
Yeah, you have to go do that thing.
So thanks to Paul and everybody for resetting it, but we got problems still.
We got problems still,
on, man.
This is good though,
and
because
you taught me how to do this yesterday. Now I got to remember how to do it.
Oh, now okay. Nice job, Chris.
Surprising.
Look at that.
Surprisingly, I was able to accomplish it. Thank you. What's coming up at 4:30 is the Big Five. We have 3 picks to make for Major League Baseball, but we only have a couple of minutes to do them. So
should we hold it?
Yeah, we're going to hold that until the 5 o'clock hour. Sorry if you're like almost home and you wanted to hear our 3 predictions for baseball, second half of the season, but we just don't have enough time. I will tell you this, the ESPYs are tonight. Does anyone care about the ESPYs anymore? We've talked about this with the All-Star game yesterday. Have the ESPYs kind of run their course?
Yes.
Yes, you say.
Yes. I mean, I get why they have them. I just don't care.
You know?
And then for the last couple of years, they've been tape delaying it. And so we don't get to see it until like 8 p.m. And so we already know all the winners. So what's the point of me watching? Right?
Well, you got to, if you care that much, you do what I do and you don't look at the...
See, I don't care that much.
I know.
So
the ESPY Awards, guess when they started?
2004.
Yeah. Best male athlete, first ever winner was Michael Jordan, 1993.
Wow.
Monica Seles, the tennis player, was the female athlete that year.
Wow.
Gary Sheffield was the breakthrough athlete that year.
Okay, that was a long time ago.
1993. So the ESPYs are now 32 years old. Best coach, the first ESPY Awards,
Phil Jackson,
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, that was
best. Oh, this is gonna make you happy. Best team, Dallas Cowboys.
I know. I was just about to say that was 1993, which means they beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, they were the best team. Yeah, 1993 was the first ESPYs. So, and I will say this: one thing that did happen that night that was pretty amazing was Jim Valvano.
Oh, that came from an ESPYs.
Oh, yeah. That speech was at the ESPYs.
All right. Well,
he won the first Arthur Ashe Courage Award.
Okay.
That speech lives on, like incredibly so.
Oh, yeah. No, I think they even play it every year.
They should. All right. ESPYs are tonight. We'll take a little peek at that later, but we got to get to break, and then we got a Big Five. We will have our bold predictions for the second part of the Major League Baseball season, and any news. Like it's our third straight day of a show waiting for news to come down, and we're still waiting, Skraby. Hasn't been much, but we're glad you're along for the ride on 97.3 The Fan.
Ben and Wood.
Back, Gwynn and Chris. 97.3 The Fan. Grab your clubs. Tee off. Great cause. 4th annual Salute to Heroes charity golf tournament, Sunday, July 28th at the stunning Loma Santa Fe Country Club. Golf, food, prizes, camaraderie, all to honor our local heroes. Support veterans programs. Register today at San Diego socialleagues.org. July 28th, Loma Santa Fe Country Club. 4th annual Salute to Heroes charity golf tournament. Former Padre Greg Vaughn among the celebrities will be there. Olden Polonies, Zab Judah, Arabian Prince. Matt Skraby working on an invite. How's that going for you?
Sorry. I was listening. How's that going for me? It's not going well. Not going well. But I was on Fox 5 this morning, so maybe they're going to end up inviting me.
Can see, I'm sure there's a way to find that.
It's on my Twitter and Instagram at Matt Skraby.
Really? So I could go home. I can go watch it.
B as in boy, Y. Got lots of compliments. Thank you.
Were you good?
Apparently so. People liked it.
What'd they ask you about?
Just the All-Star game, just about Manny and the Padres and the automated balls and strikes. And then they asked me about the Hank Aaron thing, which I still have no idea how they did.
That was good.
It was incredible. I really enjoyed last night's All-Star game.
It was a good night, and it finished with a bang. Well, it finished with a flurry until the last pop-up landed plop in the outfield. And then all the NL guys went, hey, we won. And they jumped around. But it was pretty good, I will admit. Yeah. Although I'm still, as I said earlier, not close to agreeing to allow this to the season games.
I'm with you.
All right. Let's get to the big five. First, we got some traffic to cover, though.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Well, watch out for a mattress on the transition ramp, westbound 54, right at the southbound 5 connector ramp. Also crash clearing from the Coronado Bridge, heading off the island about mid-span, left lanes blocked. Eastbound 8 Waring Road off-ramp, a stalled vehicle over to the right shoulder. Crash clearing from La Jolla Village Drive on-ramp to northbound 5, north 5 before Tamarack. A collision involving a couple vehicles. That's in the center divide. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we're just going to get right into it. I've already kind of previewed
number 5,
the question, but we're going to start with this, Chris. If the swing off ever did come to a regular season game,
right,
which 3 Padres are you going with in order?
In order?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm not doing the list you want me to do. Because I think it's
a
pretty
swing off.
I know what it is, but I think it's pretty obvious that the 3 you'd go with are like Manny, Fernando.
I know, I was thinking about
so
this.
I don't think there's much there.
Okay.
I'm giving you my all-time 3 Padres that I would use in a swing off.
All right, I'll do 2025 Padres. You can do that.
3 guys who have played in their career for the Padres that I think would be the best representatives.
Sheffield.
1. Do you know the player who's played with the Padres is the most home runs all time is? Not home runs for the Padres, but the highest on the all-time home run list who played for the Padres. Who would it be? Do you know? That's a tough question.
Greg Vaughn?
It's not Greg Vaughn. Greg Vaughn doesn't have 500 career home runs. This guy does.
500?
Yeah, this guy is over 500. There's actually 2 Padre players in the history that played for the Padres that went on to hit 500 career home runs. One is Gary Sheffield. The other with more is Willie McCovey. Willie McCovey used to hit home runs like 8 miles out of the stadium. I would use him in the home run swing off.
Okay.
He's my first.
All right.
Who's your first?
My first is going to be Fernando. Get us on the board.
Get you on the board early with Fernando. All right, my second is one of my personal favorites. And I don't think anybody hit more long home runs in the history of baseball than Dave Kingman. Dave Kingman had 442 career home runs. Most of them were not with the Padres, but he did have some time with the Padres. Kingman used to hit him in Chicago in those day games at Wrigley Field, and they would go down the streets over the, Waveland Avenue and then down the other street. It was incredible.
That is incredible.
Kingman would be a devastating force to me in a home run derby like that. So he'd be my second.
All right, my second would be, I'm going to try to pick someone different.
Okay.
No, I can't.
Okay.
It's pretty easy for the Padres, but I'm going to go with Gavin Sheets second.
Sheets, yeah. He's been swinging a good bat. All right, my third guy this is just for me. But who have you ever seen hit a longer home run in Padre history?
Franmil Reyes.
Franmil Reyes.
I knew.
I'm closing with Franmil.
I don't mind that.
Closing with the Franimal.
I don't mind it.
I don't want guys that just hit home runs that squeak over the fence.
Whoa, hey.
Yes, I want guys that hit them like 9 miles out of the stadium, because if they just miss one, it'll still go out.
That's a good point.
Those are my 3 home run derby
I like
guys.
Franmil.
Franmil.
All right, everybody knows I would choose Manny Machado, but other than that, Jackson Merrill, but he's not.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy choice for the Padres. Like I said, I think it's a great idea, but the novelty would wear out before you think it would out there, and then it would just be like,
I think
another
you're right.
home run thing, like the 28th one of the season. So what?
I think you're right.
All right, go ahead.
Number 4.
All right, so this was originally for Sports Court, but after Jacob Mizorowski pitched his 1 inning last night, he was interviewed by Fox's Ken Rosenthal in the dugout after. First, we don't really like these interviews to begin with because it takes away from the game. No one can watch the game while you're interviewing a guy in the dugout.
I don't like them either.
And second,
again, wait a minute, my camera disconnected.
I know.
Again.
I didn't even want to tell you
what's going on here.
I don't know.
People need to see me.
Do they?
I don't know.
No one needs to see either of us.
I know, but I mean, I feel, if you're trying to watch on the YouTube chat and I keep disappearing, that's would be annoying. There we go. I'm back again.
It's more annoying to me than anything.
I know.
All right. First, we don't like those interviews, but second, Eric Hosmer was not pleased with Rosenthal's questions. He tweeted, he tweeted dynamite questions for the youngster Mizorowski at Ken Rosenthal. Thumbs down emoji.
What do you ask?
And then he said, really is disgusting they continue to let you in the dugout during these games. Here's what he asked. As you know, some players were upset by the fact you were selected, but how were you treated by the players on the team? Okay. And the National League All-Stars, how did they treat you?
Yeah.
I'm up first. Were these fair questions by Rosenthal? As much as I hated hearing him ask those questions, he had to ask the question. It's the story about Jacob Mizorowski. You have to ask the question. If you completely ignore it, then everybody's going to be like, why did you completely ignore the fact that he got in after 5 starts? Mizorowski had whatever answers. He didn't know what to say. But Ken Rosenthal had to ask at least one of those questions. The follow-up of like, oh, yeah, and then the National League All-Stars, how did they feel? I don't think that was necessary, but the original question was necessary, Chris.
I don't think you had to ask it. And I think you could have gotten around it by saying, a lot of people talked about this, that, and the other, that maybe you shouldn't have been here. But you know what? You're here. So what was it like for you at this age to be in a situation? I think you could have done it and still touched on the controversy.
So you think you can ask around it?
I do. And I think he'd already been asked it. And he answered. And he said, I don't think anybody's mad at me. I got offered to play. I'm going to do it. And he'd already answered it previously. So Ken Rosenthal wasn't breaking any new ground here, and he never breaks any new ground. And when he does, he's usually wrong. And I only wished one more thing. I wished Manny would have hit a home run last night, or Tatis, so that Ken Rosenthal was assigned to go interview them, so that Manny and Tatis could tell him to get the hell out of the dugout. Because I hope that the Padres still can't stand this guy, as they should.
I mean, I don't think they like him because he did say some pretty...
His stuff was uncalled for last year.
I believe the word punkish
I don't think
used.
I would be able to... You're right. I wouldn't forgive it. And if people are saying, well, you're being, kind of whatever. No. The things he said were totally unprofessional, uncalled for. They just were. He didn't even back most of them up.
No, he didn't. He called jerks a profile or a peacock.
Anyway, I'm not a fan of Rosenthal, nor will I ever be again.
Juan said, come on, if he was asking that question to a Padre, we'd be mad. I think it...
I just said I don't think he needed to, Juan.
I know.
So I'm with you.
I know. I think he did. I think he needed to at least bring it up, but it doesn't matter anymore.
How long have you been a black quarterback?
Now, that did not need to be asked.
That did need to be asked?
No.
Okay, good.
Why am I forgetting the quarterback's name right now? Doug Williams.
Yeah.
Doug Williams.
That
still is my number one worst question
ever. Yeah.
Number 3.
All right, Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft cannot get over each other, apparently. Well, Bill
What is
Belichick
going on here? I
actually,
didn't even read this stuff.
He's responding to something that Robert Kraft said on the Dudes on Dudes podcast, which is hosted by Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski. It's a weird name for a
Dudes
podcast.
on Dudes?
That's really weird.
Yeah, I don't know that that's sounding quite the way they intended.
I don't think
go
so
ahead.
either, but he was on with them, and he said that he took a big risk. So here's the quote from Robert Kraft that everybody's talking about. Quote, I gave up a number 1 draft pick for a coach who had only won a little over 40% of his games, but he was with us for 24 years, and we did okay. But the big risk is what everybody's talking about. So Belichick responded via ESPN, and he said, quote, I had been warned that the New England job was going to come with many internal obstacles. I made it clear that we would have to change the way the team was managed to regain the previously attained success. And he said, I already had an opportunity to be the head coach of the Jets, but the ownership situation was unstable. My question here is to you, Chris. Why does Robert Kraft hate Bill Belichick all of a sudden?
I don't know if he does. Did he say that? He's just trying to point out that he took a big risk by hiring him, and he's kind of patting himself on the back. I will admit that. But when he hired Bill Belichick, I will say this. Nobody, and I mean nobody, said, wow, that is smart.
I kind of remember
Belichick had done very little with Cleveland, and then he had left the Jets in the lurch by just, accepting their job for like 24 hours and leaving.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, how can you bring this guy in? What has he done to deserve you giving up a first-round pick? What are you doing? So I think Robert Kraft has the right to pat himself on the back a little bit. And I think Belichick's kind of sour marbles there, whatever.
Sour marbles.
That's the wrong.
Sour grapes.
Sour grapes, yes, for, what he said. Because
Bill was just responding to what Robert said.
But I think he did take a risk. No one else would have done it.
All right, with context, you changed my answer.
Okay.
With context, I guess this doesn't say that Robert Kraft hates Bill, but it is weird that they keep talking about each other in the media like this. Like, just get over it.
I know, but this is what powerhouse people do. They have to continue the sword fight after the relationship is done.
Oh my gosh. Adam Paul just put a question that might top the Doug Williams question.
Oh, yeah? What?
Jim Plunkett was asked whether his mom was blind and if his dad was dead following his mentioning of growing up in a special needs household with his blind mother and deceased father. That is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Come on, people, think before you ask these questions. This is ridiculous.
Jim Plunkett, for those who don't recall, great Raider quarterback.
Yes, I remember.
Anyway.
Number 2.
That's a pretty bad one, too.
That was bad.
The 76ers acquisition of James Harden for Ben Simmons was thought to be the perfect pairing for Joel Embiid. However, Embiid told ESPN that his relationship with Harden is now non-existent because Harden blames him for the trade, which Embiid says is untrue and a reason he dislikes being a superstar. Quote, no one knows this, but even James is not talking to me. That's the part I don't like about being that guy, because it puts you in the middle of those situations. Because if you ask James, he probably believes I had something to do with him not being here. And I'm just like, I won the scoring title. You won the assist title. We had a pick and roll that was unstoppable. It hurts when you feel like you haven't done anything wrong. When you think you have a relationship like that with somebody, you lose a lot, end quote. Question, I'm up first. Do you think James Harden blames Joel Embiid for this? I don't know, obviously, but I do hear what Joel Embiid is saying a little bit. Like, if he really didn't have anything to do with it and James Harden doesn't want to be friends with him anymore because of it and just doesn't respond to him, then that would be hurtful. And I do understand why Joel Embiid feels the way he does. However, it does seem like the 76ers have done a lot for Joel Embiid, and he is their focus, and they build around him. So James Harden might be a little upset as well. But Joel Embiid has a right to be upset because he probably wasn't in the middle of this. Chris?
I'd like to see if James Harden could find a place to go that he actually enjoys. I don't know that it's possible, honestly, for him. Is he still with the Clippers, or did he negotiate to go to another team yet?
No, he's staying with the Clippers.
And Joel Embiid isn't completely without fault because the guy cannot stay healthy. He honestly can't walk 3 steps without tweaking an ankle.
No, it's true. It's true.
So, again, this is like the Belichick-Kraft thing. It's 2, big-name superstars continuing the sword fight after their relationship has kind of been ended. And I think both guys are, it's hard to trust either of them, honestly. So I'm not quite sure where to go.
Someone said, Chris talking about the Dudes on Dudes podcast and segueing with sword fighting.
Sorry about that.
That was funny.
Well, I could have said something else on the fight, but I didn't.
I know. It's hilarious.
Please.
Are you talking about maybe what Robert Kraft did? Okay. I will give this to Pete Alonso. He's not boring, and he is not generic in any sort of way. He was asked at Media Day this week what one rule change he would make in baseball, and I did my best with the audio, but here is what he told the reporters.
I don't think people should get ejected after charging down or fighting, so I think it should be hockey style. So no teams, no nothing, because that's when people can seriously get hurt. So I think there's a rule. If you want to go out and charge down, then you should be able to. But if the pitcher or hitter or whoever charges, if they don't want to fight, they take a knee. And then they don't have to fight. But if someone charges them down, it's 1v1 hockey style, and then that's it.
All right, I think he was joking, but if you didn't hear that because that was terrible audio.
That was hard to hear, yeah.
He said that he would change the rule that you get ejected for.
Don't get ejected anymore. You go out and you fight and
fight the pitcher, charge the mound.
plate.
And he said if the pitcher doesn't, or if someone doesn't want to fight, then you just take a knee. But if they don't take a knee, then it's one-on-one hockey style, no holds barred fighting. And he wants to make that a part of of baseball. Chris, should players be allowed to charge the mound?
Oh, they should be allowed to charge the mound, but here's the one thing that Pete Alonso didn't think about. If Pete Alonso charges the mound and pounds on Blake Snell, sorry, Blake.
No, Blake's taking a knee. Are you kidding me?
He wouldn't take a knee. Blake's a guy. Anyway, Pete Alonso fights somebody. Then the fight's over. And then Pete Alonso comes up to bat.
Oh, he's getting a fastball.
Does he really want to come up to bat now against the guy he just charged the mound against?
He'll get a fastball to the head.
I'm sorry, but you almost have to eject people there.
I know.
Or, you're just waiting for, at least in hockey, they got to go sit down for 5 minutes and cool off.
That's true. Obviously, he's not serious, but maybe he is serious because he's Pete Alonso.
Yeah, he's kind of a kook.
But
he was playing into the Atlanta fans last night who really dislike him and
good. He should
egging them on.
He's a rival.
Sure.
I don't think players should be able to charge the mound. I do like it though when things get a little chippy. I like when a guy is angry that he got hit by a pitch and he stares the pitcher down. The pitcher stares him down. I do like that.
It's better than the fraternization that happens far too much in baseball. I like to believe that teams don't like each other, which is why, one of the many reasons why, Dodgers-Padres is clearly the best rivalry in baseball. Because they clearly don't like each other.
That was said recently, and Giants fans were really upset by whoever said that.
I'm sorry, but the Padres-Dodgers is a better rivalry at the moment.
I'm sorry, Pete. You can't punch someone in the face anymore and just get away with it.
Pete wants to go out and slug somebody and then grab a bat. Well, that's all well and good, but you're now going to be dodging the ball for the next 10 minutes.
He also,
it's going to turn into kind of a joke at that point.
I think Pete's a little upset that pitchers can throw at guys and they don't get any sort of retribution.
Yeah, that's, I get where he's actually coming from, but this is one of those things. Pitcher's got the baseball. That's just the way that works.
It is.
Unfortunately.
If a pitcher, this is from the chat, if a pitcher beans a batter, he automatically becomes the designated hitter first up next half inning. That would be fun.
That would slow a lot of it down.
It
And, we've talked about this. Back in the day when the pitchers hit, bean balls were, it was better policed. I will say that.
Yeah.
Bob Gibson hit your guy. You could hit Bob Gibson if you wanted. So that kept it under control.
All right, recapping today's news next on 97.3 The Fan.
Happy hour time here on Gwynn and Chris. Skraby's happy because it's only an hour until Skraby Chronicles take over the airwaves.
Yes.
You know what's happening tomorrow morning, early. Before we even do the roundtable.
I do.
10 o'clock is the roundtable tomorrow, an hour of commercial-free Padre talk, but I think they start hitting the links tomorrow there, and
they do.
What, Royal 4 or 5 in the morning?
Royal Portrush in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I hate the name, Portrush.
Why?
I thought it was like, I couldn't quite pronounce it for a moment.
Portrush?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay.
Is this new? Or because I thought the British Open, and I still call it the British Open because I refuse to call it the Open.
It's the Open Championship.
Yeah, well, I hate that. So I'll call it the British Open. And don't they like move it around from like 3 or 4 courses?
More than that now. They're accepting
more than that.
They're
Okay.
accepting more courses.
Got it.
And
So Royal
this is the second time it's been
is.
used in the last like
Has
maybe
been
5
there.
years.
Has
or
been
6
there
years.
before. Okay.
Yeah.
We did our picks yesterday off air. What happens is Ben and I and Woodsy and Skraby all pick 4 golfers, and then we add up, whatever we add up. And last time Skraby won at the U.S. Open because he had Victor Hovland, and Hovland was really the only big-name golfer that even was in the top 10. The U.S. Open was a weird finish in terms of like the big-name guys. Ben won the other one. What was that, PGA or no, the Masters?
Yeah, he won
Ben
the
won that.
Masters.
We didn't do the PGA. I think we forgot.
I think we did too.
Yeah, I think we just like the PGA was honest and we're like, we forgot to make our picks. But we did do for this one. I don't know everybody's picks, but I do know that one of my guys was Patrick Cantlay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading the ESPN preview of the Open here, and it says, who are you avoiding entirely?
Patrick
And the
Cantlay.
answer, Patrick Cantlay. I guess he can't possibly play this course. So what a stupid pick by me, apparently.
Before everybody DMs me about how stupid I am, this is the 3rd time Royal Portrush has been used. It was used in 1951, 2019, and 2025. In
There's probably
2019, it was a big deal, and the reason I remember it is because Shane Lowry won basically at his home course.
And he's playing this again at his
Yes.
home course, and you picked him.
I did. That's the
smartly,
reason
apparently.
I picked him.
We'll see if that pays off. Most people are picking McIlroy to win. And, of course, I will root probably harder against him than I will root for anybody else. McIlroy just continues to go down and slide even further down my dislike list. And as soon as he bogeys a hole and walks off the course in a huff and takes his clubs with him and won't talk to anybody because he's 2 strokes behind, you'll start to understand more and more why I'm tired of this guy.
You have a very strange hatred of Rory McIlroy.
Well,
Very
I don't know that
strange.
that's strange. There's a lot of people who criticize him for only being willing to talk when he's doing well.
And I've told you, this is a thing that's happening between more than just Rory McIlroy and the media.
All right. I'll take you at your word. The Open Championships start tomorrow morning. We're into the happy hour, which means we are thankful to our happy hour sponsors, our friends at GL Pools. They are the swimming pool experts, trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. You got a pool, get in touch with GL Pools. Baseball season full swing, so is swim season. Call them, mention the word radio. You get a free month of pool service. I like that.
I do too.
All right. Into the happy hour we go. There's not a lot. We've got the ESPY Awards are actually not on television because we'll show them delayed here in town, right? They're not even on
Let me
live.
let me go see if they've changed this, because I know that a lot of people on the West Coast have complained.
Maybe it's on ABC.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
I think
to
they've
right now.
actually put it on network television now.
See?
No.
We have to watch it. Tape delayed.
Well, let's make sure. What time are they on?
8
o'clock?
Oh, I got to go to 8 o'clock. Let me see.
8 o'clock on ESPN?
There it is.
Wow. So
what's the point of having a West Coast viewing if you're not going to do it live?
I'm assuming, although I don't know why ESPN needs to put an NBA Summer League game on instead, but that's what's on.
It's ridiculous. It's like having the Oscars and then tape delaying.
Yeah, the Oscars are, you get to watch those live. So do all the other award shows. Anyway, the ESPYs are underway. We won't tell you who won in case you want to watch later. All right, we have our 3 predictions. Let's do that. 3 predictions, second half of the Major League Baseball season. Earlier, we did 3 bold predictions for the Padres. Skraby predicted that Nick Pivetta would set career highs in every category, which he's already on his way to doing. He also predicted that I know you predicted Manny's going to win the batting title.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one.
Gavin Sheets going to hit 30
home runs. And then Gavin Sheets going to get to 30 home runs. He's at 14, so that is a bold prediction indeed. For the my predictions, I predicted that Robert Suarez will not be the closer by season's end, not because of his failings, but because I think the Padres are going to trade him and go with Jason Adam or Adrian Morejon. I also predicted that Camposan will be starting at catcher by August 1st. That seems absurd, especially since he got sent down again today. But I do believe the Padres are tired of 0 for 4 at catcher every night. And I've totally forgotten my third one. So it must not have been all that great.
I guess not.
I can't remember. God.
You didn't write it down?
Oh, no. Dylan Cease would win 10 games.
That's right. That's right.
He's at 3.
That's
so he's got a ways to go.
Yes.
All right. So what do we got for Major League Baseball predictions? Want to get a little music? All right. I'll go first. You got to go first on the Padre one.
That's fine. I am struggling on this one.
All right. My 3 predictions for the second half of the Major League Baseball season. First up, and I think this is something we all should be rooting for. I believe that the Big Dumper will become the first catcher in the history of baseball to reach 50 home runs. It's pretty simple. He's already got 39.
Yeah. No, he's got 38.
38, thank you.
I mean, but still, either way.
No catcher has ever done it. Not Johnny Bench, not Piazza, not anyone you can name. In fact, the record holder is Salvador Perez with 48.
That's a lot of home runs.
The Big Dumper going for 50. I'm going to go a little step further. If he can get to 55, he will not only break the catcher record, he will break Mickey Mantle's record for most home runs ever by a switch hitter. And I think that's pretty impressive, man. You got some good switch hitters in the history of the game. Mickey Mantle, Eddie Murray,
Jurickson Profar.
Okay, but anyway, the Big Dumper, man, he's doing it. And I'm going to predict that he's going to carry it on.
That's really funny you say the Big Dumper because I have on my number 3, Cal Raleigh, and these are bold predictions. He's going to hit 60.
You going to 60?
I mean, I didn't think he would.
Well, you might as well go a couple more. If he gets 63, breaks Aaron Judge's AL record.
Okay,
go
63.
that far?
63.
Yeah, he could do it all.
It seems like it's that type of year for him.
And here's the thing, man. He's doing this with no sign of any, PEDs now in this generation, right? They're being watched very carefully. He's also doing it at T-Mobile/Safeco Field,
which is not an easy park.
A great hitter's ballpark.
No.
And he homers from left, right, anything. In fact, in the home run derby, did he not turn around and switch and hit from the other side the other night?
I'm not sure.
He did. He hit from both sides.
That's cool. I didn't see that. That's cool.
Cal Raleigh's all right. Go Dumper, go. I just can't get over that nickname.
Dudes on dudes, sword fighting, and go Dumper, go.
Yeah. My number 2 prediction. This is a little more ho-hum, I think, but I think it's going to happen. For the first time ever, 4 teams in the playoffs will come from the same division.
Oh, wow.
That division will be the AL East. Look, I think Toronto, the Yankees, and Boston are all but almost assured. And if you look at the AL standings, there's no one really other to challenge Tampa Bay for that last spot than Seattle. And so I think that it could be where all 4 teams from the AL East, but I'm going to take it a step further. All 4 teams make the playoffs from the AL East, but none of them make the championship.
Okay.
The AL championship is between Detroit and Houston. and all 4 AL East teams get knocked out.
Wow.
There's a bold prediction.
That is a bold prediction.
Okay.
My second prediction is going to be, and this is out of pure, I'm just willing it into the air.
Okay.
Will Smith is going to go on a crazy slump, and it's going to...
Will Smith, the Dodgers Will Smith.
Yeah, he's hitting over 300. He's really good this year.
He's having a good year.
I think he's going to slump, and that's going to keep the Dodgers in striking distance for the Padres.
In the Padres' sights.
Yes. That's mine.
You're just rooting against Will Smith.
That's 100%
You're a
true.
hater.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I am.
But get in line.
Oh.
Nobody likes Will Smith around here. Do they?
No, we keep asking people to give us good things about him. And actually, what for our Friday guest that we interviewed that had good things to say about him?
Brian Hoying.
Yeah,
played with him at Louisville.
That's
said
right.
he said he gets it, but he also said that Will Smith's a good guy.
Yeah, he did say that.
All right, it's funny. My prediction for number 1 is along the same lines. I predict for the first time in baseball history, there will be an entire league, in this case, the National League, with no 300 hitters. 0.
Whoa.
Now, right now, Will Smith is the only one that's over 300. He's at 323. Sorry. So he's way over. Second place is Freddie Freeman at 297. So right now, Will Smith is the lone guy. I think he'll, as you said, will come down. It's Will Smith. He's not a great average hitter normally. He comes down. Nobody makes 300. That's never happened before. By the way, the all-time record for lowest average to win the NL batting title.
What's that?
Still held by Tony Gwynn Sr.
Okay.
He had a 313 average in 1988, and that won it. The lowest ever was Carl Yastrzemski, 1968, 301. But at least there was one 300 hitter that year in the American League. It was Carl Yastrzemski. My bold prediction, none in the National League.
All right. That is bold.
Your final one?
My final one is going to be self-serving in Padres because I don't really care about the rest of the league.
All right.
But I'm going to say that the Padres have a Cy Young Award winner, an MVP, and a batting title. Cy Young Award winner, I'm going with my guy, Nicky P. Pivetta. Batting title, I already said Manny Machado. MVP, Manny Machado.
Can we just throw in Manager of the Year, Mike Schilt? Might as well win them all.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's sweep the National League awards.
I don't know.
Too bad they don't have a Rookie of the Year.
I was going to say, I don't think we can get Rookie of the Year this year.
Actually, we should go and posthumously give it to the rookie season of Jackson Merrill.
Well, nobody died, but we should.
His rookie season did.
Oh. I was going to say you could just give it to him because they hosed him so bad last year.
And my thought on the Cy Young, I know Zach Wheeler's probably in the lead for that, but Nick Pivetta has the same amount of wins. He's got almost the same amount of strikeouts. No, he doesn't. Sorry, 30. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
No, go for it. Pivetta could end up 18-2 or something, and he would certainly be in the running.
Yeah,
for
Zach Wheeler's very good though.
So is unfortunately your hero Paul Skeens. He's gonna have to be beaten,
but he can
even though he's only won 4 games.
Exactly.
I know, but Jacob deGrom won it that one year with 10 wins because his ERA and WHIP were so dominant.
Yeah, we did talk about that last week actually. But there's my number 1.
That's bold. It's a bold prediction.
Bold prediction.
Lots of bold predictions for you there. All right, speaking of predictions, before the season start, this is our Embarrassing Us segment coming up next. You, me, and Tony pick who's going to do what in the baseball season. Now that we're halfway through, it's fun to look back and see how stupid we were. So we will look at some of the stuff we predicted for the AL and NL East divisions following a timeout that still can't take place for another couple minutes.
No, we're good.
Then do it, pal.
From the
Gwynn and Chris Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr., idle for the All-Star break. Skraby over there. And the ESPYs are underway, and we don't know what's happening because
I'm going to Google this. Why are the ESPYs tape
Because
delayed?
nobody cares. You said it earlier. I think the ESPYs have kind of run their course. I thought they were fun for a few years. That was 30 years ago.
Apparently last year it was because there was a Joe Biden press conference.
Oh, well, this year there's an NBA Summer League game, so that's not much of an excuse. Look, one of the problems I think the ESPY has, I'll be honest with you, Scrib.
Yep.
Other than a couple of cool things like play of the year, best game, some of those categories I think are fun. But just naming the top baseball player and giving them the ESPY, well, you already have MVP.
And that means
right
a little
in
bit
the
more.
sport. Yeah. So, and what are you going to do? Best baseball player. Well, it's, Shohei. He's going to win or judge. There's really very little intrigue there.
Yeah.
Because those people have already won their award in their given sport. That's what I think kind of keeps me from going to the ESPYs. And you're going to give your big award of the night as team of the year. Well, so there's a little intrigue. Are you going to pick
the
Eagles? You're going to pick the baseball winner? You know what I mean? So there's a little intrigue there.
Oh, my goodness. You know what they're going to go with.
They're not going to take the Dodgers.
Yes, they are.
I hope not.
Yes, they are. We already saw Freddie Freeman there. The Dodgers are going to be the team of the year. Book it.
Team of the year?
Book it.
Yeah, I hope not. Honestly, that would annoy me. All right, what did we do for our predictions, Skraby? For the AL and NLE? It's always fun to embarrass ourselves like this.
Yes, it is. All right, for the AL East, before the year started, we picked the division winner. Tony and I said the Red Sox. Chris, you said the Orioles. Last place team, we said the Rays. And that's not
all
true.
of us?
All of us said the Rays.
Okay.
Right now, the Orioles are in last place.
Man, the Orioles have been a huge
disappointment.
Yeah.
Division MVP, Tony said Rafael Devers.
I lost that one.
Which Rafael Devers wasn't bad when he left Boston, but he's not great right now.
Did you see the record of the two teams since the trade?
Yeah, it's bad.
Red Sox have been great. Giants. The Giants have been terrible. And Devers he's just been a distraction. To me, for the Giants, Rafael Devers has been subtraction by addition, if there is such a thing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I think he's got a few hits here and there, but I think he's hurt the whole chemistry of that club, and chemistry was big for the Giants.
Yeah. Division MVP for you, Chris, Gunnar Henderson.
No.
Adley Rutschman for me, and
Nope.
he's been hurt for a long time. Gunnar Henderson's
I think
having
Aaron
a bad
Judge
year.
is kind of the runaway there.
Yeah. Why don't we pick the obvious guys?
Because it's no fun. It's no fun.
Every year I review this, and I'm like, why didn't I just pick Aaron Judge?
Yeah, if I had done that, I would sound like I knew what I was doing.
Best newcomer, and I think Tony got it, or maybe I did. Max Fried for Tony. Max Fried's been very good for the Yankees. You said Anthony Santander.
Oh God, another disaster.
I said Garrett Crochet, and he's having a good year.
He's been good.
Yeah,
Crochet's been good.
Tony for the Division Cy Young. You both said Max Fried, actually.
Oh, okay.
So it could happen.
There.
I said Crochet. Could happen.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to figure it out after the year.
Those are all good for the AL East.
Now the National League East division winner. I said the Braves, which is not happening.
No.
Tony said the Phillies, which could happen, and you said the Mets, which also could happen.
Right. They're battling it out.
Last place team in the National League East. We all said the Marlins.
You kind of had to. They were so bad last year. The Marlins have actually done a pretty good job
for what they have.
And I don't remember the name of their manager, but he was the Dodger first base coach, and he's gone in there and given them a little something.
A little bit.
They're not in the playoff hunt, but they're not a pushover either.
Yeah. I agree.
So good for them.
For the division MVP, Tony said Juan Soto.
You knew I wouldn't pick him. Who'd I take?
We knew Tony was going to say Juan Soto.
Yes, he loves Juan Soto.
You said Ronald Acuna Jr., which isn't a bad.
You think he's hurt
he's
the whole time.
No, but he's been pretty good. He's hitting over 300. He has 12 home runs. Got some stolen bases. I don't know that he'll beat out Juan Soto, but who knows? I said Francisco Lindor, and that's not true. Best newcomer.
Who is the division MVP right now? Schwarber? I don't even know who it is. Go ahead.
Wheeler.
Oh, he's pitcher.
I'm trying to think. We got to figure this out. The National League East.
Alonso. He's been up and down though.
I guess it might be Schwarber. Yeah, it's definitely not Bryce Harper. I think it might be Schwarber. Best newcomer. Tony said Juan Soto, which could win. I said Jurickson Profar, which took a real weird turn.
That took a bad turn right away.
Real weird turn, and we made these predictions before the season.
Right.
Chris, you said Jordan Romano, and by the way, he has changed his name. It's not Romano.
Really?
He's like, I just went with it, but he prefers Romano.
Oh,
yeah.
So you were. I thought you were just kidding around.
Jordan Romano.
Well, he ought to go back because Jordan Romano used to get people out. Jordan Romano can't get anybody out. He's been awful.
Now, Division Cy Young, we're going to have to figure it out because Tony said Christopher Sanchez, which is a great call.
Good call.
Chris, you said Zach Wheeler, great call.
Yeah.
I said Spencer Strider, and he
injured.
Yeah,
so
not going to happen.
Yeah,
but those are our predictions. We'll do the National League West and AL West tomorrow.
I'm more than off. When we do this, I'm amazed more than anything else why I'm so bad. Like you think we know stuff.
We don't,
and you just you pick somebody who's really a good pick, and then you can't believe how bad they can be.
Or you could just be like, hey, Aaron Judge is going to be the AL East MVP. Instead, I went with Adley Rutschman.
Yeah. All right, we got another half an hour to go.
I have a good question from the chat that we can tackle.
We'll find out what it is, and I'll determine whether it's good when Gwynn and Chris return.
That's true. It could be bad.
You guys about Ethos, the life insurance thing yet today?
Yes, you have.
Like 8 times. Chris Ello?
But that's a good thing, Chris.
Yes, right. We're happy to have them aboard. And again, if you don't have life insurance, consider it. Like seriously consider it. I mean, have you been around a family, honestly, where somebody doesn't have it and then somebody, dies? Obviously, unfortunately, right? And then the family is like stuck.
I've known a family that the parents passed away before they had anything set aside, and it became this huge, massive fight.
It can be big problem.
It's really crazy when you're supposed to the loss of your parents, and one of the siblings is like, "No, I want all their money.
Right.
They were going to give it to me." Huh?
Yeah. Anyway, that's why we're talking about Ethos today. Let's see. We've got a couple of things to discuss. You said you had a good question from the nickel seats over there.
The nickel seats.
My dad used to use that one.
Where are the nickel seats? All the way up?
Well, they're in
the
Bucher
back?
territory.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The nickel seats is you're way out of.
They're like the nosebleeds.
Nosebleeds, nickel seats, same kind of thing. My dad used to say that. He also used to see a lot of funny lines. If we were playing poker, which we often did in the family, a little quiet game, couple dollar here and there games, but we had some fun family poker games, and somebody'd bet like 50 cents, you'd get the shoe clerks out.
Shoe clerks?
Which meant, for some reason, evidently, the shoe clerks were the ones that didn't want to pay the 50-cent freight to stay in the hand.
Okay.
My dad had a lot of these.
All right.
Maybe I could really put everybody to sleep and give you all of them, but I won't.
Yes. One day we will. One day.
Right.
Manuel on the chat asked.
From the nickel seats.
Nickel seats, yes. Okay, so I have to set this up a little bit.
Okay.
Former Dodger Julio Urias is trying to get back into baseball. He was suspended because he was in trouble with the police for domestic violence. And so he's trying to get back in. Scott Boras said he wants to get back in, so we should just let him back in because Scott Boras.
Boras is his agent?
Yeah. And
Scott said, that Urias has done all the right things,
of course,
deal. Okay. Anger management counseling.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Here's what Manuel's question is. Do you guys think a team will take a chance on Julio Urias? Padres will not, in my opinion.
I don't think the Padres are out.
Yeah.
Already
out.
And I support that.
Yes,
the Padres don't want to be a team that takes on any, potential outside issues.
Yes. And I agree with it.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with it too. But do I think a team's going to take a chance?
And before let's just add one more thing to this. And here's my, it's like a free shot at Juan Soto for me. But, if you're going to say, well, sometimes you got to have these guys because the talent wins. I say talent wins, certainly. But the year that Juan Soto was here, the full year, and we heard, Skraby, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not making this up. We heard so many things, without ever being in the locker room behind closed doors, that there just was a lot of unrest that year. And that was the team that just completely fell apart. I believe some of that stuff can happen. Now, last year, the Yankees made the World Series. So you could answer back and say, well, Soto was on the Yankees. Didn't seem to bother them.
That's a good retort.
That's a good retort. But again, I wouldn't want to take chances if I don't have to. I think you can win without those guys. But Urias is pretty intriguing. You know that he was 20-3 one year.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was 17-7 the year after. Granted, the Dodgers hardly ever lose. He also closed out the World Series in 2020, the COVID
Mickey Mouse
World Series. Yeah. So Urias is pretty good. But he hasn't pitched now in 2 seasons by the time this one's over, right? He missed all of 2024, and he's probably going to miss all of 2025 unless somebody signs him tomorrow. So I would, that's part of my concern.
I
but
think,
having said that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think how do I put this?
Well, the question is, will somebody take a chance on him? I believed all along, and still believe almost, that somebody would have taken a chance on Trevor Bauer by now.
Yeah.
And don't even think that I can support anything that Trevor Bauer was said to and accused of and any of that. I can't. Nor can I get behind anything that Arias did or allegedly did or was caught doing.
No, I believe he was
right. Okay, so I can't do any of this. If you want me to throw P. Diddy in there, I'll put it in because there's a video of P. Diddy dragging a poor gal, his old, ex-girlfriend, through a hotel lobby, basically, or an elevator lobby, and kicking her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anything else about P. Diddy, and I don't have any preconceived notions, and I know he was found pretty much innocent or was not convicted, P. Diddy, of too much of any of the things that were charged against him. But I did see that video, and that's enough for me to say, you know what, this is not somebody I need to be around. So I get all that. But I do believe P. Diddy, once he gets out of jail, which I think will be in the next year, and I don't want to get too far off sports topic here, but where I'm going with this is P. Diddy's going to be welcomed, I believe, back into the music community, and he's a very talented and powerful guy, and I think he'll be welcomed back into things. I believed all along that Trevor Bauer, somebody would take a shot. The NFL, but there are so many guys that have been on video or have done things that they've admitted to, or women have been just, completely,
treated
bulldozed
terribly.
or, treated this way. And we are willing to put up with these. Deshaun Watson was back in the league. Now, he didn't do anything very good as a player, but he was back in the league. I'm shocked that Trevor Bauer still hasn't had a shot. And that does not mean I condone anything he was supposedly, was involved in or, supposedly, allegedly involved in, whatever. I don't. I'm surprised nobody took a shot. So I agree us. We seem to be a very forgiving society on certain things. And on other things, we are absolutely 100%. Nope, no second chances. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I think it's a little odd, as hypocritical, kind of.
Well, we're going to see.
So what do you think?
We're going to see what happens with Julio Urias because he's reinstated tomorrow. So
he's actually reinstated to baseball.
That's why Scott Boras is talking about this.
I see.
So he's going to be available for teams to sign tomorrow.
Okay, so they could sign him tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I was kidding about that. I thought he couldn't really return this year, but
no, it's believed, according to reports, and I don't really know how much I believe this, but teams are checking in on him,
right.
And I kind of agree that we got to stop looking the other way on certain things.
I don't disagree.
Because if I did that, you did that, we would never work again.
I still cringe every time Kareem Hunt comes into a football game, and I still cringe every time Tyreek Hill catches a pass, even though it's for my team. I don't care for people like this, and I'm not trying to pick on any, position or sport or color or creed. Trevor Bauer is as white as white, okay? I don't condone any of this stuff. And there's a lot of me that doesn't want to see any of these guys get any second chances. But I also know that that's kind of the way our society is. So how come some guys are playing and Trevor Bauer can't get anything? Maybe he was just so awful as a human being behind the scenes.
I don't think that's true. Well,
I
know what you're saying, but I don't think that's true. I think I don't know why Julio Urias would be getting a better chance at being back in Major League Baseball than Trevor Bauer, because I don't either. I'm with you. I don't condone anything that anyone's done, but Trevor Bauer, he was not convicted of anything.
Yeah. He wasn't. He was convicted in the court of public opinion.
That's
rightly
what
so.
It is.
Rightly so. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, there's a lot. It is a very, very complicated story with Trevor Bauer.
I hate to keep bringing P. Diddy in, but P. Diddy, I mean, I followed this thing pretty closely, Skrabe. I mean, the things that were claimed against this guy are beyond something most of us can even fathom.
Yeah.
In, behind the scenes door, bedroom type behavior.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
The stuff that we've seen on video, etc. But to the letter of the law, he was not convicted. He was only convicted of a very minor sidelight crime there that they will now sentence him to a pretty, probably a very short sentence. And I think it's fair to bring him up in this case because Trevor Bauer is in a different case, different situation, but he was not found guilty of anything either, right? He was acquitted of all of it, was he not?
I can't.
Let's not be.
I can't answer that for you.
Let me not put the wig on and overstep my bounds here.
I'm really uncomfortable with all this.
Yes, I am too. All right. Well, you shouldn't be.
No,
I followed the case very closely.
I'm just joking. I really want people to be held to a certain standard. I want people to be treated the same way. I want people to know that if you do something like this, you're going to pay the price for it. And Julio Urias, this is the second incident that he's had in baseball. So this is a trend now and not just something that happened. I don't condone the first time, but I can't sit here and say that I'm not willing to give someone a chance to prove that they have turned it around and that they do feel bad about it. And they have remorse. Because I was a guy who was a drunk who did many bad things in my life.
Yeah.
And
if we just gave up on you,
I wouldn't be
where
here.
would you be, right?
I wouldn't be here.
So that's
but I also know that I have to act according to a certain standard because that's what society does. And I want to be a good person. I don't want to be a bad person. I don't want to be caught in these articles of should Matt Skraby get his job back type of thing. Even though for fact, Chris, I know that I would not get my job back if anything like that happened.
No, you would not. And, the old glass houses thing, all of us, have our moments
of
that
course.
We regret
of
and
course.
would rather do again.
Of course.
Different levels, obviously.
Of course.
Okay? But,
of course.
We'd all like to be forgiven for things that we've done or, do.
I find it extremely hypocritical, though, if they allow Julio Urias just to like that, sign with a team.
Right, jump back in. Right.
And Trevor Bauer and other guys.
Yes. How could you let Julio Urias in right away after Trevor Bauer has not been able to get anywhere? What is the difference here? There. I don't know. Don't know.
Again, it's very complicated. But I feel like
who brought this question up? Who was the guy's name? Manuel. Darn it. We were having a nice fun day, and now you had to bring the serious stuff up.
Well, I think we're good at talking about this serious stuff sometimes. I really don't. I don't. Again, Padres don't think they're going to take a chance at all on
Julio Urias. No,
but I do think
I'd be stunned.
A team down the stretch might be like, "Hey, let's see what he's got. We need a pitcher. He's a good pitcher. Let's try him." And that would be the wrong message.
But why is that not the same thing that has happened with Bauer?
I don't know. That is the crazy question. Because there's no answer to it.
I don't want to reinstate.
It's blackballing.
I don't want to reinstate Bauer any more than you do, but I can't believe he hasn't been given a chance.
I can't either.
But you know what? There's other. I mean, we go again. I hate to do celebrities, but this is the only thing. They're the only people in the world.
Do you just sit at home and watch TMZ Court?
I do. No, TMZ is the best show on the news show on television. I told you this. Yeah, by bar none. TMZ, the only show that I'll watch. Love those guys. Harvey Levin and the other guy, Charles, and his last name is very difficult to pronounce. A French name, I don't know. But those two guys are great. And I love TMZ. But I'm not kidding, by the way. TMZ, I think, is way more reliable than every other network that has some sort of reason why they're giving you a certain news from a certain angle.
Except for the time that they said Kate Middleton was out and about and she actually wasn't, and then they completely deleted the post and never made an apology about it.
Everybody's wrong sometimes.
That's a pretty big
TMZ.
They were pumping that. They were like, hey, we have footage of Kate Middleton out and about. And it wasn't her.
Who was it?
Some random lady. Lady.
They got duped. They got duped for a change.
Oh, someone also brings up another guy who's in trouble in baseball, and he's not able to come back, and it's Wander Franco. And
well, he's in deep in jail, is he not? Or is he out?
I know a decision came down. Honestly, I did not click on the Wander Franco article when it happened, but I should look it up real quick. And we need to go to traffic, and hopefully I have something on the other side for this.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Got a few problems in the North County, South 5 coastline before Cassidy Street. 2-car collision over the right shoulder. Also, a stalled car has been pushed into the center divide, East 78 before College. And got a stalled car on the center divide, northbound 15, just past Center City Parkway. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, I do have some more on this real quick. From Jeff Passan on June 26th, he was found guilty of sexual abuse of a minor in the Dominican Republic, received a suspended 2-year prison sentence after he had his relationship with a 14-year-old girl when he was 21. They sought 5 years, a suspended 2-year prison sentence. But he is still under the investigation is still open in Major League Baseball. So if he were to come back, they would have to make a decision on whether or not he is suspended. It's not like they're just looking the other way. I also read that the United States is not giving him a visa because of the crime that he was convicted of. Again, we're way outside of our comfort zone right now of what we're talking about, but I don't understand why situations are different. And
every situation does seem to be different.
Yeah.
Every situation does seem to be different. Maybe that's just how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Can we finish with something just fun and crazy?
Please. Yes, please.
Who do you got, since we made fun of the ESPYs?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have for team of the year? You said you think the Dodgers are going to win. I'm going to give you the other nominees.
Okay.
Panthers. Second straight Stanley Cup.
I thought you meant the Carolina Panthers.
Dodgers, the Liberty, the WNBA. That was a high-profile title that they won. Ohio State in football, pretty dominant at the end. Oklahoma City with the Thunder, which set the NBA record not only for winning the title this year, but they had the biggest point differential of any team in NBA history. The Eagles, pretty high-profile. They beat
the Chiefs.
Remember they were ahead 34-0.
Was that true?
In the Super Bowl? Yeah, they won 40-22, but it was 34-0.
I don't remember that. But
yeah.
I did enjoy that Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes went down.
The other three teams are the North Carolina Tar Heels women lacrosse team. With all due respect, don't know too much about them. U.S. women's national soccer team and Connecticut Huskies basketball. What?
I can't give Dan Hurley any credit.
No,
this is the
basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, you just took a on Paige Beckers.
Well, no, that's okay. But Dan Hurley on the other side. Who's going to win?
Think of the Dodgers, huh? Or are you going to change up?
No, I'm going to go Dodgers. I just feel like that's the best click opportunity for them.
And you think that's what decides it?
Yes.
All right, here's a good one, I think. But I think I would go with this. I don't know. What was the best play of the year? Play of the year in all the sports. Now,
Jackson Merrill's catch last week.
Good, but not. I mean, that wouldn't go above the guy that the Oakland A's made a few weeks ago, right?
True.
If I was in the running, and I don't know that this qualifies because I don't know what year you had to do this, but I would put J.J. Spahn's putt and drive at the end of the U.S. Open, the 17th and 18th, two of the greatest shots I've ever seen. But I don't know that is in the running. Here is what is in the running. Trinity Rodman, overtime goal.
I did see this. This is pretty great.
Puts the women's national team in the semifinals of the Olympics. Trinity
You're
Rodman.
going to have to hurry up a little bit.
Oh, wow. Sabrina Ionescu, logo 3 game winner in the WNBA finals. Tyrese Halliburton wins game 1 of the NBA finals. And the one that I think will win, because it got way so much pub, Saquon Barkley backwards hurdle.
That's simply the most athletic play out of all of them.
But I don't think any of them are better than J.J. Spahn. All right, thank you, Skraby. Stay tuned. He keeps it going with the Chronicles. Tomorrow, 10 to 11, Padres Roundtable. We'll be on it, too. Have a good rest of your evening.
I'll be back.